Hello, namaste, and welcome to Astro Divas. Today's episode, we are very excited to bring something special to you because the sky is doing something rare and beautiful between the 8th of June to 4th of July. Two of the most generous planets in our chart, two natural benefic, Jupiter and Venus, are coming together in the sign of Cancer. And not just sitting there casually. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, which means he is at its absolute highest strength. And Venus, the planet of grace and beauty and devotion, has walked right up to join him. Now, in Jyotish, when two teachers meet like this, the classic give it a name Dwi Guru Yoga. Dev Guru Brihaspati, who teaches the gods, and Daitya Guru Shukracharya, who teaches the asuras. It is a powerful cosmic alignment of higher wisdom and material prosperity. This yoga blends spiritual knowledge with material abundance, often resulting in strong relationship stability, creativity, and financial luck. Here is the fascinating twist. If we look at one layer down, these two gurus are natural enemies. Their meetings trigger a powerful antardvan, an intense inner conflict within our minds. Think about it as Jupiter wants dharma, spirituality, and self control, and Venus wants bhoga, pleasure, and luxury. Sitting in the emotional water sign of Cancer, this creates a psychological tug of war. You might feel a heavy pull to indulge or splurge, immediately followed by a wave of spiritual guilt. It is a beautiful but intense battle between our worldly desire and our highest wisdom. Now, they are natural enemies in the tradition, but both are pure givers. And here is something most important thing that people forget. Shukracharya Venus is the only being in all our scriptures who holds Sanjivani Vidya, the sacred knowledge to bring the dead back to life. So when Venus shows up, he does not just bring beauty and pleasure. He brings revival. He brings devotion. He brings the power to restore what felt lost. So let's also see what the classic says about it. From Jatak Parijata in chapter 8, it says, Guru Shukra Samyukta Naraha Shastrata Twatvitat. It means when Jupiter and Venus are united together, the person becomes a master and knows the true essence and meaning of the Shastras, scriptures, science, and deep knowledge. From Faldipika also, there is one chapter 18 and Shlok 4. It says, Sadiyo Dhanadaravan Bahuguna Shukrena Yukta Guru. If we translate, it means when Jupiter is in conjunction with Venus, the person is blessed with good speech, possesses immense wealth and a good partner, and is endowed with countless virtues and talents, and becomes Bahuguna, which is multi skilled. So, when these two gurus sit together, something genuinely uplifting opens up in our chart. But where it opens up depends entirely on our rising or a moon sign. And joining me to walk through this today is my dear friend and co host for this episode, Rinki Rajdev. Rinki brings with her year of experience in this field, and I'm so glad she's here to share her own insight on what this Venus and Jupiter conjunctions means for each one of us. So, welcome, Rinki.
Thank you, Pooja.
Now, together, we are going to walk you through all the 12 ascendants from Aries all the way through Pisces and tell you exactly which area of life this transit lights up, what to lean into, what to be careful about, and the tips and remedy at the end to make the most of it. We will also give each sign a score out of 10 just so that you can see the strength of this transit for your sign. Now, these predictions are ascendant wise. Your ascendant gives you the practical, physical, and real world picture of what is happening in your life. But if you want to understand how you're feeling it emotionally and personally from inside, follow it from your moon sign as well. And both together will give you a complete picture. Now, let us begin starting with Aries.
Welcome, all Aries ascendants. Let's talk about something that doesn't happen every year. Yes, something genuinely rare is unfolding for you right now. Why? Because Venus and Jupiter, the both givers, the both gurus, are coming together in Cancer sign and landing right into your house of home, mother, emotional foundation, property, and inner peace. That is the fourth house. Now, before we go further, let's understand who these planets are for you as an Aries ascendant. See, Venus rules your second house of wealth, speech, family, accumulated resources, and your seventh house, partnership, marriage, business, and other ventures. Now, Jupiter is the ruler of your ninth house, the fortune, dharma, long journey, father, the guru, and your 12th house, spiritual liberation, foreign lands, hidden expenses, the unconscious. Now, in Cancer, Jupiter is exalted at its supreme power. Venus is a little bit restless in Cancer because Venus is already an emotional planet. Cancer being emotional, so yes, it can become restless. Now, what happens when these four energies together find their home in your fourth house? That is the house of mother, land, property, emotional beings. So, what do we expect from this transit? See, first is your home environment is due for a genuine uplift. The fourth house is the house of Sukha, Param Sukha, happiness, comfort, and domestic peace. Now, with these both benefit planets sitting here, this is one of the clearest signals in Jyotish for improvements in your living situation. This could be a move, a renovation, buying a luxury property. Yes, Venus can give you a luxury property, or simply your home feeling more beautiful and settled than it has been in years. Even if nothing physically changes, there is a palpable shift in the feeling of your space. People will walk in and notice something different. Now, fourth house also represents your mother. So, Matrasukh, happiness through mother, is very strongly activated. The fourth house is the house of mother above all. With Venus and exalted Jupiter, this transit can bring a genuine healing or strengthening of that bond. Old emotional distances close, old wounds soften. If the relationship is already close, it deepens further. If your mother is no longer with you, this is a period where her blessings feel unusually near. And yes, with both these gurus finding place in your mother's house, your mother can also get financial gain or maybe some promotion in the work. Now, real estate and property decisions carry natural good fortune. Two benefics in the fourth house of land and property is a direct green light as Jyotish gives for real estate matters. Buying, renting, renovating, investing, resolving a property dispute, all of it has natural support right now. Venus brings beauty and good taste to the process. Jupiter brings wisdom and expansion. So do not miss this window. A deep emotional peace becomes available to you, perhaps for the first time in a while. See, Aries rising natives, they are not known for stillness. They are always ready to do something. Mars rules your chart, and stillness is not Mars language. But with fourth house, two gurus finding its place, with Jupiter exalted here, the kind of inner stability becomes genuinely accessible. Anxiety quietens. See, your family network becomes a source of real opportunity. Why? Because Jupiter, your ruler of ninth house of fortune, dharma, is sitting in your fourth house along with second house of your family, that is Venus. So this basically creates a dharma sukha yoga. Your highest luck flows through your home and your people. Your biggest break come through transit may not come from going out and hunting. They may come from within your own household and family circles. Vehicle and domestic comforts are favored. Yes, because fourth house also govern vehicles. Yeah, ancestral blessings, Pitru Ashirvad, are particularly accessible during this transit. Fourth house carries the memory of family lineage. Jupiter exalted here with calm blessing of Venus. It shows that these blessings are actively flowing. If there are rituals, prayers, family tradition you have let slip, this is the time for you to restart. Hidden worries and private burdens tend to lift. Jupiter rules your 12th house of hidden matters and Venus rules your 7th house. With both sitting in gentle 4th house, the turbulent energies they can sometimes carry express themselves softly. A private anxiety you have been holding may simply resolve on its own. Your partnership and marriage life finds more warmth and grounding. Venus, being your seventh house ruler of marriage and partnership, is transiting in fourth house with exalted Jupiter. This is a classically auspicious placement for a relationship becoming more emotionally settled and stable. For two people building a home together, not just sharing a life. Wealth can grow through family and domestic channels. Venus, your second lord of accumulated wealth, sitting with expanded Jupiter in your fourth house of home and comforts. This is a period where money and resources can come through family. an inheritance matter resolving, a family business growing, or a domestic investment paying off. The father or the senior mentor figure offers important guidance. Jupiter rules your ninth house of father and is exalted in fourth house with Venus. This is a beautiful period for receiving wisdom from father or father figure. This is a natural window for all these blessings. Seek their counsel, their advice given during this transit carries genuine weight. Now, your sense of inner confidence becomes quite deep. For an Aries rising, confidence usually looks like charging ahead. But with the fourth house version of confidence is different. It is the confidence of someone who knows they are at their roots. Because Jupiter is exalted with Venus, however, it can give you a little bit of arrogance that you need to vouch for. Sleep, rest, withdrawal becomes genuinely restorative. Jupiter rules your 12th house of sleep and spiritual retreat. Exalted in 4th house with calm energy of Venus. Activate a healthy way through which body restores during this period. Dreams may be unusually vivid or meaningful. If you have been running on empty, your body and mind will receive whatever rest you need to give them during this time. Now there's this creative and aesthetic improvement in your home. Why?
Hmm.
Because Venus brings artistic sense wherever she goes. And in your fourth house, she will make you want to make your living space more beautiful. It will actually reflect who you actually are. Any creative project done for or within the home carries special grace during this transit. Maybe decorating, gardening, redesigning a room. These are not trivial things. They are expressions of Venus and Jupiter's blessings in your own house. A love relationship can deepen into something more rooted and real. Why? Venus, ruler of your seventh house, is transiting in the fourth house. This combination specifically flavors love that becomes settled. If you are in a relationship, the emotional depth between you and your partner can increase significantly. If you are single, it can even bring lot of prospects for you to get married and you finding a right partner. Your mother can also be an instrumental in finding right partner for you. Your intuition and emotional intelligence sharpen noticeably. The fourth house is a deeply feeling oriented space, and with Jupiter and Venus energy here, your gut instincts becomes unusually reliable. Now, Venus and Jupiter conjunction in fourth house is casting a direct aspect on your 10th house, the house of profession and the public reputation. So, work done from a place of rootedness, where your home life is stable and your inner world is settled, will show in your professional life as well. This is not a transit that pushes your career loudly, but the foundation built at home quietly elevates everything you do in public. Long distance travel or connection to foreign lands may carry unexpected blessings because Jupiter rules your 12th house and is finding its place in 4th house with Jupiter. So, this can manifest a connection to someone from abroad who affects your home or family life positively. A new form of foreign source that improves your property or financial situations. Why? Because second lord is getting conjunct with the 12th house, 12th lord in your 4th house. If relocation has been on your mind, this period is worth the consideration. See, the overall theme for Aries rising is simple. Your roots are being blessed. Everything this transit touches flows from one central truth. The universe is blessing your foundation right now, your home, your family, your emotional core, your sense of belongings. For an Aries rising who typically leads with fire and forward motion, this is a rare transit that asks you to look inward and downwards to the ground you stand on. Now, there are few tips and warnings. Now, with both the gurus in water sign, your emotions will run close to the surface than usual. Small domestic frictions can feel outsized. Give yourself a breath before reacting, especially at home. Fourth house can become a hiding place. Jupiter exalted here creates a pull towards comfort with the planet of comfort. So you might feel a bit lethargic. Some of that is not healthy, but watch that it doesn't tip into avoidance of the outer world, responsibilities, or the people who need you. Now, because Jupiter rules your 12th house, there is a tendency towards overspending on home and comforts with the planet of Venus. That is the luxury and the comfort. So, it is very important that you set the budget limit. Venus rules your 7th house of partnership, with both partners potentially more emotionally needy than the usual. Be the one who gives first. The current rewards generosity before it rewards asking. Both Guru, that means both Dev Guru and the Death Guru together can create an inflated sense of certainty. You may feel you suddenly understand everything about your family, your past, your emotional patterns. See, it can give you a kind of little bit of arrogance, but you need to stay humble. Sit with what you discover before acting on it. Now, keep your biggest plans private for now. This is a private interior house. Let roots from before you announce the tree. Now, remedy per se, see, the best karmic anchor during this transit is simple. Do something genuinely kind for your mother, for your motherly figure, for your wife, for females in your life. A visit, a meal, a conversation you have been postponing, a kindness that costs your time rather than your money. Now, beyond that, you can light a lamp in your diya with cow ghee, honoring the Venus energy. Keep the place clean and beautiful because that is what Venus loves. This activates the higher expression of fourth house and will harmonize the tension between your ninth lord Jupiter and your second lord Venus. It also quietly neutralizes any 12th house energy that might otherwise manifest as hidden loss. So, Aries rising window is now open for you. It is asking you to step inward, not outwards always. Go to Him, tend to what matters the most. A quick reminder, if you have any natal planets in the sign of Cancer, this energy will feel even more closer to home. But remember, transits shows the current weather, while your personal dasha unlocks the actual timing and the results. So, if you want to know exactly what's happening in your chart, you can book a one on one consultation with us either through email or via number given. So, the overall score for Aries Ascendant, this transit is promising is 8.5. That is
Yeah.
actually not a bad score. All the best.
Welcome to all the Taurus rising. First and foremost is the most important thing happening is a meeting of two powerful forces. Venus is your sign, your ruler, your Lagna Lord, the Lord of grace, luxury, and wealth, is joining force with Jupiter, the Guru, most benefic planet of wisdom and fortune. Now, this conjunction is happening in your third house. Third house represents our communication, courage, and skills. Now, this is a rare combination of the two teachers joining force together, and it's creating a Dwi Guru Yoga and a massive go signal from the house of self effort. Now, they are natural enemies, yes, but both are pure givers of good fortune. Venus in Cancer is highly nuanced placement. Venus is emotional, cannot rest in Cancer water sign, and Jupiter is strong in Cancer, exalted, meaning it is at its highest strength. So Jupiter protects you from major harm, while Venus gives you warmth and charm. So you can overcome any obstacle with a smile. So let's begin and understand what you can expect from this transit between 8th of June to 4th of July. Now, first thing is get ready to see some major upliftment in your communication. Your communication becomes warm and sweet. You speak in a kind, polite, and charming way. People love to listen to you, and you can easily win arguments with gentle words instead of fighting. Now, this is a golden placement for anyone in creative writing, teaching, acting, or online business. Also, if you work in a field that requires manual skills, this is your time to shine. This is also a house of digital. The third house represents our shoulder, arms, and hands. So, whether you are a surgeon, a tailor, a painter, or a craft person, your hands will be guided by Venetian artistic grace and Jupiter's Jovian wisdom. You will find that you are picking up new skills or information much quicker than usual, leading to a true kaushalya vriddhi, or like we can say growth in personal or professional skills. You have a strong desire to learn new skills, read books, and gather wisdom throughout this transit. Now, Venus is your Lagna Lord, the first Lord, transiting into third means Your personal focus shifts heavily towards learning new skills, short travels, and hobbies. You will be no short of courage, parakram. And Venus also rules your sixth house of obstacles and deaths. So, any ongoing everyday struggle or workplace conflict will be resolved smoothly through gentle communication or self effort. Now, you won't just be doing your own work. You will naturally find yourself guiding often with Jupiter in your third house. So, you're displaying great parakram, courageous effort, and others will admire that. Now, there is a parakram and Vikram Vriddhi with that we already discussed. So, progress on your courage and valor is also on the cards. Now, let's also talk about the sixth and eighth house undercurrents. Venus rules your sixth house, and Jupiter rules your tricky eighth house. Now, because they are in conjunction in your third house, this is a prime time for healing and conflict resolution. Yes. So, if you have any ongoing issues, family friction, or health complaints, this transit brings a wave of soft power to resolve them seamlessly. Self efforts and communication will play a very crucial role to navigate this undercurrent. Now, you will find your network expanding in a big way because Jupiter rules your 11th house of gains and social network. So, you're naturally going to meet people who can help you grow. Venus is your Lagna Lord and Jupiter is your 11th Lord of gains. So, this transit is exceptionally good for people in any field where your communication is your tool, and all of it will carry grace, wisdom, and power to bring financial returns. You might notice a sibling or a close friend offering you the exact advice you need. The third house governs these connections, and their support will feel like a true gift right now. There is a Bhratru and Sahaj Sukha support from siblings. Now, a short trip could turn into a real stroke of luck since the third house represents short travel and both planet aspecting the ninth house of fortune and long distance travel. So we can say any kind of travel will feel like a success. So there is yatra siddhi, a journey that achieves its purpose. Now if there have been any old arguments with neighbors or teammates, it's a great time to settle them. Venus rules your sixth house of conflict, but Jupiter presence here helps you resolve things with diplomacy. Now your voice is going to reach wider audience. So with the third house active, you will experience a vak siddhi or a lekhan siddhi, the power of communication and power of pen. Both are there on the cards. Since Venus is all about devotion, about beauty and luxury, this transit is perfect for any artistic project. Jupiter adds the wisdom to keep you on track, ensuring your work remains beautiful and meaningful. Now, your day to day work won't feel as heavy. This energy helps you to see the bigger picture even in the smallest daily chores. As Libra sign is there in the sixth house for you, Taurus, you would try and win over enemies through collaboration or play a fair game, which Libra normally has. Now, expect strong immunity and quick healing. Exalted Jupiter acts like a divine doctor. So, if you have been battling long term illness, this transit is the peak time to find the right cure, right medicine, or a doctor. So body will go into rejuvenation, and Venus represents vitality and cellular repair. So your body's natural ability to bounce back from fatigue or injury will be incredibly high. You will realize that being polite and diplomatic gets you much further than being pushy in this transit. Now, since Jupiter is 11th Lord of Gains, you can expect your income to grow as you focus on your own personal initiative. Everything is happening due to your self effort in this transit. Now, hobbies and skills also get converted to bank balance. So, if you're looking to develop any new hobby or learn any new thing, please go for it. Now, this transit is also blessed for the father mentor connection, Pitru Ashirvad, the blessings of your ancestor through their guidance during this journey. Your father is also getting the blessings from your third house. So, your effort for your father may feel like a blessing for him, and he may naturally feel benefited. When Venus and Jupiter is in the picture, we have to talk about love. So you might cross path with partner, collaborator, someone who changes your perspective while you're on the move. Love is most likely to come through your daily life. A colleague, a neighbor, someone in class or short course, a familiar face in the social neighborhood who suddenly looks different to you. So the third house rewards what is already around you. Now there is a digital connection also because third house rules media, messages, and communication tool, and Jupiter rules your 11th house of social media. So this is a golden window for to find meaningful connections online as well, through dating apps or through direct message DMs, and start as a witty conversation and quickly turns into deep mutual attraction. Now, expect time spent with friends or going for fun-filled short trips or long distance journey. Now, for married couple, your conversation with your spouse warms up beautifully. The third house rules speech, our communication, and with Venus and Jupiter both sitting there, your words turn gentler, more honest, and more affectionate. Old misunderstandings melt through soft communication. For pet lovers, expect deep emotional bonds with your pets. This transit acts as a protective shield for them. So if your pet has been struggling, you're likely to find the perfect vet treatment or nutrition for a sudden recovery. It is also perfect time for fun road trips together or establishing new healthy routine. If you don't have any pets, this is an incredible lucky time to adopt one. The combination of the sixth Lord Venus and Jupiter suggests a new companion will bring immense joy, luck, and comfort into your home. Now keep your cards close because this transit involves the eighth Lord of hidden things. That said, keep your plans private or secret. You don't need to share every detail of your strategy with others until it's ready. So, especially with your work colleagues or neighbors. Now, from the eighth house connection, you might also feel a natural pull towards research, the occult, even astrology, or uncovering mysteries. Everything will just click into place when you put in the work. The universe starts to support your plans at the right time. Now, some tips and warnings from you, Taurus. First is the health reminder with Venus and Jupiter together. Watch for a sudden sweet tooth and potential blood sugar fluctuation. Be mindful of water retention as this transit is occurring in the water sign. While the protection of your Lagna Lord and exalted Jupiter is strong in the third house, it can also trigger chinta, anxiety. So watch for emotional eating, especially as moon transits your sign this month. And remember that your natal chart's unique placement may further influence these tendencies. Keep an eye on your throat voice. Venus is the sixth lord, so be careful not to overtalk or strain yourself. Even if you're feeling inspired, you need to control your over expression of speech, and also thyroid, vocal cords, and weight management. All this you need to take care. Now, while this is a great placement for both planets, they have different views because Jupiter is the teacher of the gods, spiritual wisdom, and Venus is the teacher of the asuras, so worldly pleasure. So Dev Guru and Daitya Guru. So because of this, you might sometimes feel torn between enjoying luxury and seeking deeper spiritual truths. Now, since the third house is about self effort, the comfortable placement can also sometimes make you a bit lazy, as things may come too easily because of these two gurus sitting there. So, there is another quick word of caution with both gurus. You may feel a surge of confidence that can turn into a know it all attitude. So, avoid the urge to preach, especially siblings, neighbors, colleagues, cousins, father, mentor. While it is a wonderful time to share knowledge, the goal is to give wisdom without overpowering others. So stay humble and listen as much you speak to avoid unnecessary friction. Now, with both gurus expanding your thoughts in a watery emotional sign like Cancer, you face mental trap. First, we already mentioned over talking, so do not indulge much because if you are busy over expressing, you may miss crucial deadlines. The third house only rewards that what physically you initiate. Now, secondly, you may also get into comfort zone, feel lucky thinking that things would happen on its own, but do not sit idle in this transit. Remember, all initiatives either increases your bank balance or enhances skills or knowledge. So your personal initiatives are literally lucky by design. Now, one remedy we would like to share here with you is that is your best karmic insurance for this transit is to use your skills for those who cannot help themselves. What I mean is, volunteer a skill you have, like writing, sports, cooking, design, anything technical craft to help a charity or someone in need. And if you're a surgeon, offer a free consult. If you are a writer, write a piece that helps a local community project. This neutralizes the sixth house of conflict service with the eighth house of suddenness and hidden troubles. So, Dev Guru and Daitya Guru, by you can do this and converting this energy into positive good dharma. It turns self effort into selfless effort. So the total score for you, Taurus, is 7 out of 10. Now, this is a brilliant score. Now, this score is only related to this transit and not for the month of June or overall for this year. One last gentle notice: if you have a natal planet sitting in Cancer sign, your reading will carry extra flavor and your score can also change a bit. But remember that in any transit, the transiting planets carry more weightage. And if you're running any dasha, that will decide the exact timing and outcome. And for personal reading for your own chart, you're welcome to book an appointment on the mobile number and email ID given on the screen. Wishing all the Taurus rising all the very best.
Welcome all Gemini rising. First and foremost, the most important thing happening right now is a meeting of two extraordinary forces. Venus, the planet of grace, beauty, love, pleasure, and wealth, is joining the force with Jupiter, the Guru, the most benefic of all planets, the giver of wisdom, expansion, and lasting fortune. This conjunction is happening in Cancer, which for Gemini rising falls in your second house, the house of wealth, accumulated resources, family, speech, food, face, and everything you have built and gathered in this lifetime. See, this is a rare coming together of two both great teachers and is creating a Dwi Guru Yoga right in the house that governs the very substance of your life, your money, your voice, your people, your value. See, for Gemini rising, Venus rules two very different houses. One is the 12th house, the house of isolation, hospitalization, foreign travel, liberation. And the second is 5th house, the house of children, love, romance, purva punya, creativity, and speculation. And Jupiter rules your two most important Kendra houses, the 7th house of partnership, marriage, and the 10th house of your career, profession, your public image. Now, what happens when these four very different energies land themselves in your second house of wealth, voice, speech, family? So, now what happens when these four very different energies find their home in your second house of wealth, speech, family values, accumulated wealth? So, together in your second house, Venus and Jupiter create something that Jyotish texts describe as great reverence. The conjunction of fifth lord and seventh lord in the second house basically means creative wealth, relational wealth, karmic wealth, professional wealth, all of it's finding their home in the house of accumulation. Finds interesting. This is not a small event for your chart. Now let's understand what this transit will unlock for you. See, your wealth and income are getting a great period of genuine expansion, definitely, with exalted Jupiter in your second house of wealth. And Venus getting conjunct there is one of the clearest signals in all of Jyotish for financial growth. Not a lottery style struck luck, but steady, meaningful expansion of your resources through your work, through your relationship, through your voice, your creativity. The accumulation that brings during this transit has roots, not just wings. What you earn now will actually last. Your speech becomes unusually powerful and magnetic. The second house governs the voice. With both Venus and an exalted Jupiter placed here, your words carry a quality they do not usually carry. You will find the right things to say at the right time in negotiations, conversations, presentations, pitches. People will definitely listen to you. Your voice will feel warm, authoritative, trustworthy. This will actually create a Vak Siddhi Yoga in your chart, the power of effective and meaningful speech. And it is genuinely available to you during this transit, so do not miss it. Now, creative work converts directly into financial returns. Why? Now, Purva Punya, that is the fifth lord, is getting activated through transiting in the second house. Venus being your fifth lord in second house of wealth. This is a direct pipeline between your gifts and your income. Whatever you create with genuine passion, maybe a piece of writing, a business concept, a course, a work of art, or a skill based offering, carries the weight of your karmic merit behind it. This is earned good fortune. Do not dismiss what comes through effortlessly. Ease, in this case, is evident of alignment. Romance and creative joy carry an unusual richness. Why? Jupiter as your fifth lord brings not just creative output but the feeling of romance, delight, and inner joy into your second house of daily life and your family. Your home conversations become warmer. The people you love feel more precious. If you are in a romantic relationship, there is a sweetness to daily life that feels like a gift. If you are a single, this energy draws romantic attention through your natural warmth and wit. Children, your own or those you guide, bring joy and fortune. The fifth house governs children, and Venus's fifth lord in second house is a beautiful placement for either welcoming a child into your family, experiencing a milestone with an existing child, or deepening your role as a teacher, mentor, guide to your young people. The link between children and wealth is activated here. Your marriage or primary partnership becomes a direct source of financial uplift. Jupiter is your seventh lord, exalted, sitting in your second house. This is a classical yoga for a spouse or a business partner, bringing tangible resources into the household. A partner's salary may increase, a joint financial decision pays off, a business collaboration generates the real returns. If you are single, this placement strongly supports meeting someone whose presence in your life creates material as well as emotional abundance. Why? Because it is getting conjunct with your fifth lord of love and romance. Now, career and profession flows directly into wealth accumulation. Jupiter being your 10th lord, the lord of your dharmic work, and is exalted in second house with Venus, the lord of creativity, that is the fifth house. This means that whatever you do professionally and what you accumulate financially are in rare alignment right now. Work that reflects your true calling generates income with unusual ease. Authority figures in your professional world, senior, bosses, clients, are inclined to reward you during this window. Family wealth and family bonds both strengthen simultaneously. The second house governs the family as a unit, not just blood relatives, but people who form your inner circle of belongings. With both Venus and Jupiter here, there is a natural improvement in the family harmony. Old friction softens, the family collective financial situation improves. Family gathering or important family moments during this period carry unusual warmth and meaning. Hidden karmic blessings surface through what you earn and speak. Do not forget that Venus, your 12th lord, the house of hidden things, the unconscious, the isolation, is finding its way into your second house of visible accumulation. What this means practically? It means blessings that have been forming beneath the surface that you may have not seen coming begin to arrive as a tangible resources. A foreign connection brings financial opportunity. Something you gave freely in the past, your time, your knowledge, your creativity return as unexpected material reward. The 12th lord in second, when managed consciously, is a karma completion pipeline. The second house governs your face and physical appearance overall. With the Venus, the planet of beauty and charm, placed here alongside the exalted Jupiter, you will simply look and feel your best during this transit. There is a warmth and radiance to how you present yourself that people respond to you without being able to name exactly why. If your work involves being seen or in front of the camera or being with the clients, meeting, or on stage, this is a period for you to shine bright. Your food, diet, and relationship with nourishment improves. Second house majorly governs our food and what you consume. With Venus here, there is a natural pull towards beautiful, pleasurable, nourishing food. This is a period where you may find yourself eating better, not through discipline but through genuine desire for quality. You will definitely choose quality over quantity, but however, you have to watch out your diet because this can even give rise to fancy food indulgence which can actually impact your gut health. This you need to take care. Financial wisdom expands, you make better money decision. Jupiter exalted in second house does not just bring money, he brings wisdom about money. You will find yourself thinking more clearly about the investments, savings, expenditures, and long-term financial planning during this period. Advice you receive about financial matters is usually sound with Jupiter's blessing. Now, writing, teaching, and spoken communication become income channels. See, Mercury rules your chart as a Gemini rising. You you are already good at communication and languages. With Venus, the planet of creativity, charm, your fifth lord, and Jupiter, wisdom of authority, both activating your second house of speech. This is a period when your natural communication gifts generate real financial returns. A blog, a course, a counseling practice, a speaking engagement, a book, or a content channel. Anything where your words are the product is strongly supported now. Your network expands through the quality of your speech and presence. Jupiter is your seventh lord, and second house is drawing the right relationship towards you through your voice and your value. You can even expect spiritual generosity through material returns. Why? Venus carries your 12th house energy, the house of giving, release, and surrender, into your second house of accumulation. The spiritual principle at work here is one of the oldest in Jyotish, that is, conscious, willing. Giving opens the channel of receiving. So, if you donate, offer your skill freely, or give with genuine open heartedness during this transit, the 12th Lord energy in second house expresses at its highest form, and the return is real. So now with Jupiter and Venus conjunction in your second house, they are casting a direct aspect on your eighth house. Eighth house of sudden events, transformation, inheritance, hidden wealth, the occult, and the deep mysteries of life. So Venus aspecting on the eighth house brings specific energies as your fifth lord and 12th house to the house of hidden things and transformation. The fifth lord aspecting the eighth is a classical indicator of interest in the occult, mystical world, research, knowledge, and hidden wisdom. So, if you have been drawn to astrology, tantra, psychology, deep research, or any form of astrology, this transit will definitely support. As a 12th Lord, Venus aspecting the 8th house creates a specific spiritual upliftment. The boundaries between this world and what lies beyond becomes unusually thin. But this is not to be feared. This is actually a period of profound inner perception and transformation. So the deeper meaning of second and eighth axis which this transit is promising is what you accumulate now has a power to transform you. The wealth you build, the words you speak, the relationship you deepen during this transit. These do not merely add to your life, they change its direction and it will last. Now, few tips and warnings. Be conscious of your 12th lord sitting in second house. This is the most important financial caution of this entire transit. Venus as 12th lord in second house means that door to expenditure is now wide open. And in Cancer, with both gurus creating a feeling of abundance and warmth, it is very easy for you to spend generously. You might think that you have endless resources. You can spend on unusual luxury items, but this you need to watch out. The channel that brings wealth in can equally carry it off if you do not pay attention. Now, fifth house governs your speculation and risk. Be careful here. Venus as the fifth lord in second house governs speculation and risk. Be careful here. Venus as fifth lord is also the lord of speculation, investment, gambling, and financial risk. In the second house of accumulated wealth, alongside exalted Jupiter, there is a real temptation to overinvest, overbet, or take outsized financial risk on the assumption that universe is on your side. The universe is supportive definitely with Jupiter's wisdom, but you need to be very, very careful with your investments, especially with respect to betting or share market. Grow, yes, but gamble less. Now, with both gurus in water sign, your speech can become over emotional. See, Gemini rising natives are natural communicators since Mercury rules your chart. But with Cancer, now Cancer adds an emotional layer to everything. With both Venus and Jupiter activating your second house of speech, There is a risk of oversharing, of over speaking from emotions rather than clarity, saying too much. The Vak Siddhi power is available now. Work best when it comes from a grounded place, not a reactive one. See now, Dev Guru and Daitya Guru together can create overconfidence. Now, just imagine two great givers, two teachers sitting together, one being exalted in your second house of wealth. For a Gemini rising who is already quick, already mentally quick, this can tip into a genuine belief that you are smarter than the room. You may be, but stay cautious. The moment you stop asking questions, you stop learning. And for a Mercury rule native, this is a real loss. Now, hidden expenses can arrive unexpectedly. Why? Venus as 12th Lord in second means that money can quietly flow out through hidden channels. Medical cost, unseen commitment, someone else's need that arrives at your door. It is simply the 12th Lord doing what the 12th Lord does, budget with a small cushion for the unexpected. Now, little bit of tip, and maybe you can take it as a remedy. So, your best karmic remedy for this transit is to use your voice and your creative gift in the genuine service to others. Venus is your fifth lord of creativity and expression, and your 12th lord of giving and release. Both are sitting in your second house of speech and wealth. The highest expression of this combination is to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, to use your natural gift of communication, creativity, not just for personal gains, but for someone else's benefit. The practice offers something you will do: write, teach, explain, create, counsel to a person or a community who needs it and cannot pay for it. A free workshop, a piece of writing that helps a local cause, mentoring young people. It does two things simultaneously. It creates the highest dharmic expression of Venus, the fifth lord of creativity and 12th lord of giving. It also quietly and powerfully neutralizes the financial drain that 12th lord in second can sometimes create, because you are choosing the outflow consciously, directing it towards good rather than letting it seep through unconscious spending or hidden losses. So, for Gemini rising specifically, you are wired for words, for ideas, for communication. The universe is handing you a period where your voice carries more weight than usual. Use it for the highest purpose. This is a rare window where two great givers are coming together in the house of wealth, speech, family. So it is definitely a win win situation for you. Now, a quick reminder: if you have natal planets in Cancer sign, this energy will feel more closer. But remember, transit shows the current weather, while your personal dasha unlocks the natural timings and results. So, if you wish to know what exactly your planets hold in for you, you can book one-on-one consultation via the number given or email us on the screen. Good luck, all Gemini rising. The overall score which this transit promises you, is 7.5, which is not a bad one.
Welcome to all the Cancer rising. Cancer, you were already scoring 10 on 10 with Jupiter exalted right in your Lagna, in your first house. And now Venus, the planet of grace, beauty, and all things abundant, has come to join Jupiter. Now, this transit is a magical time for Cancer ascendant. Both planets meet in your first house of self, body, and identity. So, it brings a powerful way of personal growth, joy, and new beginnings. Now, I'm going to take a little longer here, Cancer, to cover the transit on and all its benefits. So, sit tight. Now, Jupiter is your ninth lord, the lord of fortune and dharma, sitting exalted in your first house, and Venus is your fourth and 11th lord, which rules comfort, home, gains for your chart. Now, this is a rare combination of two teachers joining force together, and it's creating a Dwi Guru Yoga right in your first house. A massive signal of personal upliftment coming directly to you, your life, to your identity. Now, they are natural enemies, yes, but yet both are pure givers of good fortune. And when they come together, they have to do good. So, hope you didn't miss the introduction of this video where we shared what Classic has to say about this conjunction. Now, Venus in Cancer is highly nuanced placement. Venus becomes very emotional here, feeling led deeply relational. Now, it cannot fully rest in water sign, but it gives you emotions, warmth, and charm. Now, Jupiter in Cancer is at its absolute best. So, this is his exaltation sign, his throne. So, Jupiter protects you and expands everything good, while Venus wraps it all in grace and beauty. So, let's begin and understand what you can expect in this transit. This transit is going to be from 8th of June till 4th of July. Now, first thing first, there will be personal magnetism. You glow with extra charm, beauty, and confidence right now. People are going to notice you differently this month. Venus will add Rupa and Saundarya, that is beauty and grace, and Jupiter adds wisdom, acquired dignity, and Arogyam, your health and immunity. All of this gets genuinely protected together and they lift your tejas. The inner radiance, the classic described as a glory others can simply see on you. Now, classical text also states that when Jupiter is exalted in Cancer Lagna or in Kendras, it is highly auspicious and creates a Mahapurush yoga called Hamsa Yoga. So you are seen as a natural leader, full of truth, wisdom, and divine protection. Even Bhagwan Sri Ram had this combination. Now, there is a massive growth. Jupiter brings luck and helps you expand your personal goals. There can be fresh start. So, it is a perfect time to reinvent yourself and your looks or your style or your personality. Now, the fourth lord and the ninth lord coming together. So, the Kendra and Trikona houses, house lord are coming together. So, this becomes most celebrated sutra in astrology. Now, Venus rules your fourth house, the house of inner peace and comfort. So, expect deep healing. You feel more comfortable in your own skin than usual. It's a golden window for healing as your inner child as well. So, like forgiving the past, you finally let go of old hurt and emotional baggage. Your inner voice becomes much softer, kinder, and less critical. You stop saying yes just to make everyone happy. You stay away from draining people. You spend time in places that makes you feel totally comfortable and safe. You may upgrade your self-care. You feed your body with good food or get plenty of rest. You get into nurturing routines, warm baths, cozy clothes, and quiet nights. So you start celebrating your wins instead looking at your flaws. Now you feel a deep sense of emotional comfort and mental peace inside yourself. All of these good things are coming because Venus and Jupiter are making home in your first house. Now, the fourth house also represents your mother, home, property, assets, vehicles. So, expect mother's blessing. Your relationship with your mother improves, or you get support from her. You might redecorate your home or move to a place that feels like a true sanctuary. Work from home is also very much on the card and will be highly favorable. Property gains is also there. So this is a lucky time to buy a house, rent a house, or buy a car or land. So there is Bhumi Adi Labh and Vahana Sukha. So with Venus strong in Lagna and connecting to Jupiter, this is a positive time for any home related decision. Buying, renting, renovating, everything is on the card. So if you have been sitting on a property decision, you may find clarity or a favorable offer which comes to you rather than you having to chase it. Now, let's look at the connection from the 11th house perspective. Now, 11th house represents gains, our friends, desires, elder sibling, and our wish fulfillment. Now, Venus being the 11th lord in Lagna, expect big profits like wealth, bonuses, or new sources of income flow to you easily. Wish fulfillment, long held wishes, and personal goals suddenly manifest and come true. Helpful friends and influential people enter your life to support you. 11th house also governs elder siblings, so expect Bhatri Labha. And elder siblings or a very close friend may step in with something helpful, a piece of advice, a connection, or simply just being there in a way that feels supportive. So do not overlook this. This is beautiful connection and bonding that you will be having. Now there is a social joy as well. You find great happiness in group activities and community network. You might find yourself in a gathering, an event, or even a casual meal where you meet someone who shifts something in you, not dramatically, just quietly, deeply. Jupiter in Cancer works like that. The blessing arrives over a cup of tea and not on the stage. So you can also help and support people in your network. You have the grace and wisdom to give guidance, especially for the people who look up to you. Now, Jupiter rules your sixth house. This is a tricky one. Obstacles, health, and daily work. But don't worry, because Jupiter is also your ninth lord of luck, higher wisdom, and father. So, its placement in first house protects you from harm. Now, what I mean is there is a divine protection, Guru Kavacham. The ninth house lord in the first house is like a cosmic shield. Good luck, divine blessings, and spiritual wisdom follows you everywhere. So, your purpose and your personality are aligned right now. The Brihat Parashari Hora Shastra is clear that when the ninth lord is in the first, is among the most auspicious placement for fortune and character both. Now there is also Pitru Ashirvad, ancestral and fatherly blessings, literally landing onto your body, your identity in your first house in your daily life. Now, there is good health and vitality, we spoke. Any ongoing health issues can find great healing during this time. If you have been managing something physically, like a fatigue, recurring complaint, something you have been putting off, this is the window where you find the right doctor, the right approach, or the right habit shift. The body responds unusually well to care right now, so use this window for your benefit. Now, work colleagues who have been creating friction, this transit you can handle it very well, not with confrontation but with presence. Your presence so settled and assured that the tension simply dissolves. Now, this is a golden time for anyone whose work is about being seen or heard. Therapists, coaches, teachers, counselors, performers, speakers, consultants. The first house lit up by both benefics means your delivery, your presence, your trust factors all increases. Clients feel safe with you. New people want to work with you, and people will view you as a trustworthy, charming, and successful. Now, both planets in your first house will aspect the seventh house, the Kalatrasthana, the house of spouse and marriage, your business partner, your most important one on one relationship. Now, your closest relationship gets a dose of grace and wisdom. If there has been any distance or dryness in your marriage or partnership, this transit softens it. Something gets said or felt that was long overdue. Now, the tension clears up. Venus brings sweetness, while Jupiter brings forgiveness and mutual respect. Now, for couples planning to have kids, this is an excellent window. Jupiter is the ultimate Putra Karaka or Jiva Karaka. So, there will be spousal support and stable foundation. Any medical issues or biological delays holding you back from conceiving can be resolved now. A child conceived or born under this energy is predicted to be highly intelligent, virtuous, and a source of deep joy for the family. Now, for those who are single and looking out, the seventh house being directly affected uh, by Jupiter and Venus. The person you meet during this transit could be someone genuinely kind, wise, or connected to a spiritual or educational background. Jupiter in Cancer draws people with depth. Venus in Cancer draws people with emotional availability. So it is a powerful combination for a meaningful connection. Now, one twist is here, the sixth lord and the 11th lord now there can be a push and pull towards spending time with friends, indulge in social groups, parties, get togethers, and between pulling into self discipline and maintaining daily routine. So you can balance both as it's happening in Lagna. You yourself has the power to balance these blessings for your own good. Now, for pet lovers, with sixth Lord Jupiter exalted in Lagna, a pet can become a major source of luck, healing, and joy in your life. Adopting a pet during this transit can act as a powerful remedy to absorb your stress and improve your health. Caring for pets will naturally bring you the daily discipline and emotional grounding you need right now. Now, Venus in Cancer is emotionally sensitive. So, Venus does not rest easy in water sign. So, it becomes more feeling led, more intuitive, and more relational. So, this means your decisions during this transit will be driven by what feels right and not just what looks right on paper. So, this is mostly this is a gift. I would say, but just know that very emotional charge moments are possible, especially when the moon transits your sign in the month of June and aspects this planet. That time you'll feel it more heavy. Now your voice, your communication, and your personal brand, all of it comes under the direct influence of both benefics sitting in your first house. So if you have been hesitating to put yourself out there, a presentation, a video, a proposal, a conversation, which you have been avoiding. Now is the time, and it will land very well. Now, in business partnership, if you have been in formal conversation with someone about working together, this is the time or transit where you put something on paper, and the success in partnership can happen. So, a handshake that happens between June 8th to July 4th has the backing of Jupiter's grace and Venus charm. Since Venus rules your 11th house of gains, thus this aspect helps you sign contracts that brings excellent money. So you can note that also. Now, your daily life involves some service, some discipline, some responsibilities you carry, but exalted Jupiter, it means you carry it with dignity and it actually adds to your stature. So, the work that feels like service right now is building your reputation. Let us bring in the Dwi Guru Yoga, especially two teachers. Jupiter seeks the internal, and Venus seeks the external. Venus seeks what is beautiful. And in your first house in Cancer, what this means practically is you will feel pulled between wanting to enjoy life more freely and wanting to live with more meaning. So both are valid. This transit rewards the one who can balance and honor both. Now, if you have a pending legal contractual matter involving another person, this is a favorable window. Expect a Videsh Yatra or Yatra Siddhi. Travel to distance places, any travel actually you undertake in this period will feel productive and fortunate. Venus will bring comfort to your travel. So you might stay in a nice place or travel for pure pleasure as well. Now, for students, this is there is a academic success. So, if you have been trying to get into university or passing big exam or going for any interview, luck is on your side. Other than students, let's also talk about now there will be love for learning. You will find it easier to understand deep, complex topics. A wise teacher or mentor will appear just when you need them. Now, some tips and warnings for you, Cancerians. First is the God complex. An exalted Jupiter Guru and Venus, another Guru, can make you feel morally superior and physically charming. So you might start judging others or giving unasked for advice. So thinking you always know the best. Now, secondly, as both planets are in the water sign in your first house, means emotional amplification. You will feel more, so that is gift, but it can become emotional overwhelming. So you can replay a difficult conversation multiple times. You may take a colleague's casual remark personally. So watch for that and breathe before you respond. Cancerians are moon ruled, very sensitive and very emotional people, and Jupiter and Venus. Now this the volume will just go up here. Now, watch for overgiving. Venus in Cancer has a deep need to nurture and please, and Jupiter expands whatever it touches. So, together in your first house, you may find yourself saying yes to everyone. So, absorbing other people's emotions, taking on responsibility that aren't yours, everything of these sorts can happen. So, the first house is your body, so guard your energy. Now, Venus is your 11th lord. The 11th house governs desires and ambitions, and Jupiter in Cancer can create a false sense of ease. That everything will just work on its own because luck is on your side, which is right. Luck is really on your side, Cancerian. You may assume things will just work out. You might miss deadline or avoid hard work, relying entirely on luck. So be careful of that. Now, the classic wands of Alasya as well, the laziness. Now, when both benefics are strong and comfortable, do not let the grace of this transit becomes your excuse to coast. Exalted Jupiter rewards efforts, so keep it in mind and take the initiative. Now, there is a health watch also. Jupiter in Cancer and Venus together can bring excess in food or water retention, weight fluctuation, and blood sugar sensitivity. So, monitor your eating habits. Be mindful of especially emotional eating. The first house rules the body, so take the physical aspect seriously, even while enjoying the abundant energy this transit is bringing to you. Now, one more warning is specific to Cancer rising. Venus, as your fourth lord in Lagna, can make domestic matters feel like they are the whole world this month. So there is a risk of being pulled into home and family dynamic that you miss the professional or social opportunity in this transit. because all those things are also on the offering. So balance is important. Nurture your home and also show up in the world. Another thing I wanted to add is you may suffocate your partner, yes, because there is a double aspect on the seventh house from the first. So, your partner can feel very overwhelmed. So, you might accidentally smoother them, your partner, with affection and unrealistic emotional demands. So, be careful there as well. Now, few remedies is chant the Shiva mantra. You can chant Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva is the ruler of the moon, your ascendant lord. So, chanting Om Namah Shivaya keeps your mind grounded, calm, and focused. Consume ghee, clarified butter on daily basis to keep that sattvic side, give it a boost. Now, another remedy for you Cancerian during this transit is let's talk about the sixth house, which is of seva and service. The way to convert this transit from just personally fortunate to karmically powerful is to extend your care and resource outwards. So, feed someone who is hungry, who is needy, visit an elderly relative who does not get enough visitors, donate to a cause related to water, children, or home. All cancer significations which are there, you can just do a remedy on that. And when you give from your lagna, from yourself, your lagna gives back. So, wishing all the Cancerian all the best. But before you go, I just want to share one more thing for you, Cancerian, which is your score. Now, this is a fantastic score. You are getting a score of 9.2 out of 10. This score is belonging to this transit only, Venus and Jupiter together. Now, there is one last gentle note. So, if you have a natal planet already sitting in Cancer sign in your chart, your reading will carry a little extra flavor and the score can go a little bit here and there on the total score. But just remember that in every transit, the transiting planets carry more weightage, and your running dasha decides the exact timing and outcome. So, for personalized reading, if you want to look into your own chart, you are welcome to book an appointment with us on the mobile number and the email ID given on the screen. So, all the best to all the Cancer rising.
Welcome all Leo rising. So, this upcoming transit of Venus and an exalted Jupiter in Cancer is a very different and deeply internal transit for you as compared to any other zodiac sign. So, instead of playing out in highly visible or material arena, this extraordinary meeting of two great gurus is taking place in your 12th house, the house of subconscious, liberation, moksha, foreign land, isolated spaces, dreams, hidden elements, and conscious surrender. Dev Guru, Jupiter, the teacher of gods, and Daitya Guru, Venus, the teacher of material world. They sit side by side in your house of solitude, both pointing at the deepest recesses of your soul and saying, awaken, heal, and release. See, for Leo rising, Venus is a highly complex planet. Why? Because she rules two different, very contrasting houses. Your third house of efforts and communication. This is your house of willpower, self expression, writing, media, short travels. And your 10th house, the Kendra house, the house of career, public status. This is the ultimate visibility house, your profession, your reputation, authority, your main action, karma in the world. Venus, as your 10th lord, means she carries the heavy weight of your professional identity wherever she travels. So now, when Venus transits your 12th house, she acts as a cosmic bridge, dragging your public career and daily efforts into the background. Your professional world is pulled backstage. This is not a loss of career, rather, it's a period where your work operates behind the scene through confidential projects or via foreign connection. Now, for Leo rising, Jupiter is a very auspicious planet and it's the ruler of fifth house and the eighth house. Again, this is carrying two contrasting energies. So, now what happens when these energies get combined in your 12th house with its direct aspect on your sixth house? So, what are we supposed to expect from this transit? See, there will be a supreme shield of spiritual protection. With an exalted Jupiter sitting in your 12th house of vulnerability, you are granted a cosmic bodyguard. Even if hidden plots, legal issues, sudden crisis attempt to manifest, they will get dissolved or completely neutralized before they even reach you. Now, deep dissolution of subconscious baggage. Why? The 12th house is the basement of psychic. Jupiter's exalted light combined with Venus' healing touch allows you to consciously unpack and permanently delete deep seated fears, childhood conditionings, or an emotional trauma that have kept you stuck for years. Now, career shifting behind the scene. Yes, Venus being your 10th lord ruler, the house of career, is placed in the 12th house indicates that your professional focus goes backstage. You may find yourself working on top secret launches, writing comprehensive strategies in private, or handling confidential company matters away from the public view. You can expect a major breakthrough via foreign alliances. The 12th house governs foreign lands and distinct places, with the lord of your career and your planet of fortune, expansion, occupying this space. Professional projects involving international clients, multinational corporations, or digital audience overseas may come automatically. There could be sudden activation of past life merit as well. That is Purva Punya. Why? Because Jupiter, your fifth lord, is transiting through your 12th house of liberation. The 12th house governs sleep and dream state. During this transit, your third eye is wide open. Your dreams will not be random, they will be highly symbolic and filled with clear guidance from your highest self or ancestors. Do not forget that fifth house is getting transited in the 12th house. Pay close attention to what your mind tells you, especially during the Brahma Muhurat, that is between 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. This can even increase your intuitive power as well. Now, unblocking of hidden wealth, inheritance, and settlements. Jupiter rules your 8th house of unearned wealth. Exalted in 12th, it illuminates financial assets that have been locked away, delayed, or hidden. Legal settlements, tax refunds, insurance payouts, or family inheritance matters may suddenly experience a massive or a positive shift. Yes, the luxury leak. Intense urge to spend. Venus in 12th house loves the finest things in life, particularly when seeking comfort. You will face a very real, powerful urge to spend on high end luxury items, expensive skincare, fine dinings, or a lavish dinner, impulsive resort vacation. Money can flow out as fast as it flows in if you aren't paying attention. A carving for complete physical and mental isolation. Why? Because this is the time your 12th house is getting fully activated with two givers sitting there side by side, one getting exalted. You will feel a deep, non negotiable need to retreat from the social scene. Do not force yourself to attend parties or network if your soul is demanding that you stay home. You can expect an exceptional success in research writing strategy. Why? Venus rules your third house of writing, mental effort, placed in the 12th house alongside Jupiter, that is the house of fifth lord, fifth Jupiter, who's your fifth lord, house of creativity. Your intellect becomes incredibly sharp when working in isolation. This is an unmatched window to write a book, code a program, map out a business plan, or do exhaustive academic research. Spiritual travel, pilgrimages. If you have been contemplating taking time off from work or going on a spiritual retreat, yoga camp, this is the perfect window with 12th house getting activated. This transit practically is most suitable for that. Traveling for the purpose of soul searching or deep rest will yield incredible psychological rewards. Deep healing of chronic health issues or ailments. From the 12th house, an exalted Jupiter cast powerful seventh aspect onto your house of health and disease. That is the sixth house. It creates a powerful wave of physical rejuvenation. If you have been battling an illness, this transit brings the right doctors, the right diagnosis, and a major path towards recovery. But yes, you have to be very, very careful with respect to your health because sixth house is getting impacted. Total victory over hidden adversities and competitors. Why? The sixth house governs open enemies, debts, litigation. Jupiter's protective gaze over this house means that anyone trying to work against you behind your back or compete with you professionally will simply lose their footings. Your debts can systematically managed or settled with surprisingly ease now. Artistic subconscious creation. Venus is the planet of art and design. In your 12th house of imagination, she grants you access to incredibly rich, vivid inner world. If you are an artist, designer, musician, or a creator, your best work right now will come from letting your mind wander in daydream states, tapping into your imaginary subconscious mind and creating something beautiful. Now, hidden expenses through others. While you may spend money on luxury, Venus, as the 10th and 3rd Lord in 12th house, warns that money might quietly slip through the hidden channels. Unforeseen insurance premiums, digital subscriptions you forgot to cancel, or financially supporting a close friend or a sibling who needs your help behind the closed doors. Now, this is the idealistic, secretive, romantic longings. Venus in the emotional water sign of Cancer, that too in 12th house, can make your love life intensely private. If you are single, you may harbor a deep secret crush or over idolize someone or create a fantasy version of them in your life, in your head. If coupled, you will carve a private intimacy completely away from public view. There'll be deep attraction to astrology, occult science, or tarot reading. Why? Because Jupiter rules your eighth house of mysteries and it is positioned in the 12th house. So you will find yourself deeply drawn to studying astrology, tarot, ancient scripture, psychology, shadow work, and your capacity to understand these complex arts will be amplified. Yes, ego dissolution. As a Leo rising, your ego is your primary driver. However, with two gurus in the house of surrender will teach you the ultimate power of humanity. You will realize that true strength doesn't always come from standing at the center of the stage or roaring. Sometimes the greatest power lies in quiet, unshakable inner peace. Now, few tips and warnings. Leo rising, you need to be careful about the following aspects. See, guard against the luxury drain because 12th house is an open pipeline for expenses. Create a strict budget before this transit begins. Venus will convince you that an incredibly expensive, non essential purchase is a spiritual necessity or vital for your mental health. Enjoy your life, but don't create financial stress for your future. Do not fight the low energy. You are the creature of sun, but you cannot be at the peak brightness 100% of time. If you feel tired, sluggish, socially drained, do not force yourself to push through. Honor your body's demand for rest. Your battery is recharging for a massive visible phase later in the year. Avoid emotional codependency. Venus in Cancer can make you hypersensitive and prone to acting as a psychological savior to others. Be careful not let other people dump their emotional toxic waste on your clean 12th house. Set firm boundaries. Now, keep your strategies under wrap. The 12th house demands total privacy to manifest its highest magic. If you have an incredible business idea or a creative project or a career move planned ahead, do not boast about it to world yet. Let it first materialize, then only you can discuss it with others. Now, see, remedy is a must for Leo rising since the conjunction is getting formed in one of the most tricky houses, that is the 12th house. There's this principle of choose and surrender. The 12th house is the house of loss and charity. If you do not consciously choose to give something away to the universe will generate an unexpected bill, fine, or leak to take it away from you mechanically. To anchor this Dwi Guru Yoga at its absolute highest spiritual frequency, you must build a karmic bridge between your 10th house of career and your 12th house of anonymous charity. So basically, you need to perform complete anonymous act of charity, donate money, clothes, wholesome foods directly to places such as hospitals, orphanage, shelters, or animal sanctuaries. The strict rule here is you need to keep it totally anonymous. Offer silent seva, Spend few hours helping someone who can do absolutely nothing for your social status or career in return. By willfully sacrificing small portion of your health, you actually satisfy the debt of 12th house. So, takeaway for Leo rising is step back into the quiet shadows for a brief moment. Your inner kingdom is preparing you for its greatest expansion. Just let go of your ego and be in total surrender mode. A quick reminder, if you have natal planets in Cancer, this energy will feel more closer. But remember, transits show the current weather while your personal dasha unlocks the actual timing and the results. If you wish to know what exactly your chart holds for you, you can book a one on one consultation via the number or the email given on the screen. So, good luck to all Leo rising. So, Leo rising, the overall score which this transit is giving you is 6, which is above the average. So, all the best.
Welcome to all the Virgo rising. Virgo, if there was one house in which the whole chart where you would want these two great teachers to land or this transit to happen, this is exactly it. Both Venus and exalted Jupiter are sitting in your 11th house, the Labsthana, the house of gains, income, your network, your biggest wishes coming true. The 11th is the house everyone secretly wants the planets in because whatever lands here only grows. Also, this is one of the Upchaya Bhava where things improve with time. Now, Jupiter is your fourth lord, which represents home, mother, comfort, and your seventh lord, which represents spouse, marriage, and partnership. He is sitting here at its absolute highest strength, exalted in Cancer. And now Venus is your second lord of wealth, family, speech, your ninth lord of fortune, father, and luck. So the lord of your money and the lord of your luck have both walked straight into your house of gains. Now, they are natural enemies, yes, but both are pure givers. Jupiter expands and protects, and Venus sweetens and beautifies. Now, together in your 11th house, they are creating Dwi Guru Yoga, right in the house of abundance. Now, this is Kendra and Trikona, Lord connecting and forming in 11th house. And this is a beautiful combination in the whole of astrology. Now, let us go through what this means for you. Now, first, the big one is this is one of the strongest money windows you will see for a while because Venus rules your wealth and your fortune both, and he has landed in your house of gains. So, the classic would call this a clean dhana yoga. When the Lord of Wealth and Lord of Luck comes together in the house of income, money does not trickle, it flows. So expect your income to grow, a raise, a bonus, a new client, a side stream you did not plan for because this is labha vriddhi. The growth of gains is the headline of this whole transit for you. Your network is about to expand in the best way. Now, Jupiter being of great benefic and exalted here, he draws wise, kind, well connected people towards you. This is Mitra Labha also, gains through friends. This is a very strong combination. Someone in your circle is going to open a door. Now, watch for your elder siblings or an older friend who feels like family. There is a Bhatri Labha, gains and support through your elder sibling. So this is all on the card. A piece of advice or a contact or just their backing at the right moment will mean a lot to you. Now your father's luck is feeding your gains right now. Venus is your ninth lord, the Bhagyasthana, fortune and father, sitting in your house of income. So Pitru Ashirvad and your father's blessing will literally show up as a financial support or an opportunity through your father or simply his good wishes paying off. Now, a mentor or a guru may also pair through your network because your ninth lord of guidance is sitting in your 11th of people and circles. So, a right teacher comes to you socially, not in the classroom, but over a conversation, a group, a chance meeting, something like this. Now, those long held wishes, the ones you almost have given up on, this is the house exactly that our wishes and fulfillment happens. So the 11th, where the desires get fulfilled. So something you stopped expecting quietly will now come through this month in this transit. For business owners, Jupiter is your seventh lord of partnership now in the house of gains. So, a partnership or collaboration or a client relationship is set to become genuinely profitable. There is a Sandhi Siddhi, success in partnership. This is all on the cards. Now, if you are married, your spouse may bring gains or support you in a way that improves your finances. The seventh lord in the 11th often means that the partner becomes a source of income, luck, and new connection. Now, for those who are single and hoping to meet someone, your seventh lord is sitting in your social circle. So, the person could very well come through friends, a gathering, or through your network. Jupiter draws someone wise and grounded, and Venus adds warmth and beauty to the meeting. Now, both planets aspect your fifth house from the 11th house. Now, fifth house is the house for children, romance, our intellect, creativity. Now, couples planning a child, this is a soft and blessed window. Jupiter is the great Putra Karka, the Jeev Karka, the giver of children. So, you can, this is a blessed window to plan for your, especially for your first kid. Now, for the creative ones, that same aspect from the 11th to the 5th house is landing to your from the income house is landing to your creativity house, means you can turn a creative talent into actual money this month. Your art finds its audience and it has a price. Now, fifth house represents mantra sadhana or mantra siddhi. Now, this is a powerful window for mantra siddhi, mastery over your chanting. So, Jupiter, your exalted ninth lord of divine grace, is casting his gaze on the fifth house of mantra and devotion, fast tracking your connection to any mantra you take up. So, while Venus blesses your speech and bhakti, so the hidden power of the word unlocks much faster than usual. The lazy side of this transit simply vanishes this moment. You sit to meditate. So you will find a depth to focus what you rarely felt for a long time. Now, with both planets sitting in your house of gains and casting aspect on fifth. Now, fifth is also speculation, the house of speculation. Now, this transit brings highly lucky window for sudden financial windfalls through the stock market or wise investments. Venus triggers the desire for wealth, while an exalted Jupiter provides the divine timing and sharp intuition needed to make profitable choices. However, you must avoid a greedy, reckless gambling to truly capture these massive cosmic rewards. And caution is advised. Now, this one is for the students, ninth Lord, higher learning, connected to your fifth house of intelligence. Now, these both are active. So, there is Vidya Siddhi, success in studies, exams, admissions, and tough subjects. All this will get easier. A good teacher shows up right when you need one, and any device. What's about it? Any advanced degree, certification, or specialized knowledge you possess will directly convert into higher pay or professional accolades. Now, your speech becomes sweeter and your family becomes warmer. So, Venus being your second lord from the Dhansthana and family and speech, conversation at homes, especially around money or family matters, flow more gently this month. Now, the second house lord moving 10 houses away means your financial savings will grow because of your speech, your professional career, high status, public reputation. Now you can also expect an old family asset, land dispute, or inherited property to finally clear up and bring you sudden substantial riches. Your mother and your home are quietly supported too. Jupiter is your fourth lord from the Sukhasthana, home and mother, sitting away in the 11th. Now, this is a powerful, favorable window for property or a vehicle with this fourth lord strong and connected to your house of gains. Any home or vehicle decision you make is likely backed by the money to support. So, there is a Bhumi Adi Labh or Vahana Labh, gains of property and comfort. Now, you will find real joy in community. So, group activities, social causes, your circle, your tribe being among people, they will lift you right now. 11th house is really rewarding you. Now, the way the public sees you also improves with the seventh lord, also the house of how world views you or your public reputation or relationship. This is very strong right now, and people read you as a trustworthy, capable, and well connected. So, doors open on reputation alone in this transit. Now, foreign or distant connection can become lucky. Venus, your ninth lord of long journey and faraway places, is in the house of gains, means a contact client or opportunity from another city, country, from a distant place may quietly turn profitable. You can expect your financial gains to come through foreign companies as well, MNCs, international clients, import, export, or even working overseas. Now, you may find yourself becoming the mentor for once. With both gurus in the house of social circle, people will start coming to you for guidance, introductions, and wisdom, and you become a great connector. Now, old dues and tangled matters within your friend circle can settle. Jupiter brings forgiveness, and Venus will bring sweetness. So, if there has been any money or coldness sitting between you and someone in your network, this is the month to get it resolved. Now, the Dwi Guru Yoga itself, two teachers, Dev Guru Brihaspati, who seeks the eternal, and the Daitya Guru Shukracharya, who seeks beautiful and the worldly, sitting together in the house of gains. You may feel pulled between accumulating more and finding meaning in what you have. So, both are valid. The transit favors the one who can earn well and stay grounded at the same time. Some of the tips for you Virgos is watch the craving. The 11th house is also house of endless desire. There is a Trishna. So with two benefics here, the wanting can quietly inflate. So you get one thing and immediately you want the next. So enjoy what arrives instead of always chasing what is next. Another thing is be careful with overspending and overlending because money is flowing in and you may assume that it will always flow and loosen up too much. So, especially lending to friends out of emotions, you need to be careful about. Help where you genuinely can, but uh, keep caution. Now, watch your network this month. Jupiter expands everything it touches, including your social life, and you can suddenly find too many people pulling at you. Not all of them is giving back, and Venus in Cancer also makes you feel everything more deeply. So you may get over affected with whatever friends are saying to you or making a casual remark. You will take it to the heart. So breathe before you react. And one more balance is there is to hold is with the fourth lord. Now, fourth lord and seventh lord both pulled in the 11th. So there is a real risk that you pour everything into income and your circle and quietly neglect your spouse, your mother, or your domestic life, your home. So nurture the network, but do not let it swallow the people who actually live with you. Now, a health and speech note for you. Venus, as your second lord, can bring a sweet tooth, weight fluctuation, and throat sensitivity. So, watch the rich food and the over talking, also over expressing, especially in the watery sign. What emotions runs very high, and you become over expressive. Now, beware of the illusion of ease. Now, exalted Jupiter can make you feel that everything will just work out on its own, which will work out for you, Virgos, for a change. In this year, this is the best month for you. But the classic also calls it alasya. That is comfortable laziness. The 11th only rewards what you actively pursue. So do not post through this golden window. And one another caution with both gurus together, a touch of I know best can also creep in. So you may start giving unasked advices, especially in your friend circle or social network. So share your wisdom, but listen just as much as you speak. Now, one potent remedy for you is your Lagna Lord is Mercury. So keep your mind clear and grounded by chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Now, it steadies the overthinking Virgo mind and keeps you humble through this abundance. Now, your best karmic insurance this month sits in your very house being blessed, which is your 11th house of gains. So, gains for myself, turn them into gains I can share. Your 11th house is not the house of gains alone, it is the house of humanitarian work as well, community causes, and giving back to the society. So, the way to keep this abundance flowing is to channel a part of it outward. So, support a cause, a group, or someone in need. And when you give back to the colleagues, to the collective, to the house, from the house of gains, will reward you many times over. So, everything will come back in double, multifold. Now, this single shift is what converts this from merely lucky month into a genuinely fortunate one. Now let's look at your score, Marcos. Now you're scoring 7.5 out of 10, which is a brilliant score. Now, one note with this is if you have any natal planet sitting in Cancer sign, your reading will carry an extra flavor and the score can change a bit. And but also remember that in any transit, the transiting planets carry more weightage, and your running dasha will decide the exact timing and outcome. And for personalized reading, if you want to know from your own chart how this transit is going to favor you, you're welcome to book an appointment on the mobile number and the email ID given on the screen. Wishing all the Virgos all the very best.
Welcome all Libra rising. So for Libra natives, this upcoming transit of Venus and an exalted Jupiter in Cancer is one of the most high-powered, visibly successful alignments possible in Jyotish. Unlike the internal quiet energy experienced by other signs, this extraordinary meeting of two great gurus explodes right into your 10th house, the house of career, public status, profession, authority, external action, and the peak of your visible achievement in the world. What makes this transit incredibly unique and deeply personal for you is that Venus is your Lagan Lord, the ascendant ruler. Your identity, your physical body, your focus, your life path are directly walking into the 10th house along with an exalted Jupiter, the ultimate giver of expansion and wisdom. So, your career, public honor are being handed a golden cosmic ticket. Now, see, for Venus, for Libra rising, Venus rules your first house, that is yourself. It represents your physical body, vitality, your choices, your persona. It also rules your eighth house, the house of transformation, hidden knowledge, sudden shifts. And so, when your Lagan Lord enters the 10th house, it creates a powerful Raj Yoga. It signifies a time when when you are personally stepping into a position of authority, leadership, and public magnetism. Because Venus carries 8th house energy too. Your rise in status during this transit will be deeply transformative too. All professional skins are shed, so a more powerful, authoritative version of you can emerge. Now, this conjunction is being formed with two very different energies of Jupiter ruling your third house, the house of effort, courage, marketing, communication, and also the your sixth house, the house of daily work, obstacles, competition, problem solving. So just imagine four very different energies are finding its place in your 10th house of career. So, what do we expect from this transit? See, there'll be monumental professional elevation and recognition, definitely, because when an exalted Jupiter with your Lagan Lord occupy the 10th house, your career enters an era of peak expansion. This is the ultimate signal for your promotion, major job offers, public awards, significant recognition from society. Your name is being lit up in bright lights. Sure shot. The rise of supreme public magnetism, because Venus is your Lagan Lord and the planet of charm. Her presence in the highest point of your chart makes you incredibly charismatic. People in authority, clients, and the public will naturally drawn to your presence. Your professional aura is warm, beautiful, and irresistible. There'll be destruction of competitors and workplace rivals. Why? Jupiter rules your sixth house of enemies and sits exalted in your house of status with your Lagan Lord. So, any rivals, corporate enemies, or competitors who try to take away your work or speak against you will find themselves completely neutralized. You will outshine them simply by standing in your own authentic power. There'll be direct monetary rewards for creative efforts. Venus carry your personal identity into the house of career. With Jupiter expands it. Any work that involves design, creativity, consultation, or public relations will convert instantly into career advancements and financial prestige. Luxury flow directly into your daily work life. There will be sudden activation of hidden authority, the eighth house gift. Because Venus rules your eighth house, a sudden, unexpected shift in power at your workplace could play out entirely in your favor. A sudden vacancy, a corporate restructuring, or a hidden decision made behind closed doors by higher ups will suddenly thrust you into a position of major leadership. There'll be flawless execution of speech and communication. Since Jupiter rules your third house of communication and marketing, exalted in the 10th house with your Lagan Lord, it gives your voice tremendous gravity, wisdom, and counseling authority. In presentations, boardrooms, pitch meetings, or negotiations, your word will carry the weight of an absolute expert. You can expect unshakable support from your bosses and government figures. The 10th house governs bosses, mentors, and state authorities. With both gurus finding their place in your 10th house and blessing this house, the senior management, authority figures, mentors will actively step forward to protect, guide, and sponsor your career growth. They are inclined to say yes to most of your requests. Embarking on highly lucrative state driven business travel. Why? Jupiter is your third lord of short travel, and Venus sitting in your 10th house means professional journeys are highly favorable. Travels undertaken during this 4 week window to meet client, close deals, or attend high stake conferences will directly result in cementing your professional status. You can expect exceptional success in independent ventures and freelancing. So, if you run your own business or work as an independent consultant, this transit act as a gold mine. The alignment of your personal brand, that is first lord, with the maximum effort, your third lord, and the problem solving lord, that is the sixth lord, means you will land high paying contracts and highly visible projects. There'll be deep transformation of your professional identity. You are radically changing how you view yourself as a professional. The eighth house energy, which Venus brings into your 10th house, ensures that any imposter syndrome, old workplace insecurities, or fear of visibility are permanently gone. You are finally stepping into the shoes of a leader you were born to be, probably a new you. Upgrade in your professional image and wardrobe, definitely. With Lagan Lord Venus in the 10th house, you will feel an intense urge to upgrade your physical appearance as well. You may invest heavily in premium executive clothing, high end grooming, luxury tech items, or other items that elevate your outward professional ethics. There could be a resolution of long standing debts through career gains. Because the sixth house of death is being positively channeled through an exalted Jupiter in your house of action, a sudden urge in income, a year end bonus, or a highly profitable contract will allow you to clear off significant financial liabilities or loan. Yeah, radiant physical vitality and glow. As your Lagan Lord Venus is amplified by its majestic protective energy of an exalted Jupiter, your physical health and stamina will also improve. You will look radiant, rested, and physically vibrant, which gives you the energy to sustain long, demanding hours of high profile work. Now, career involving foreign element or hidden industries. With eighth lord activation, Libra natives working in deep research, psychology, tax insurance, data analysis, astrology, or fields dealing with international trade will witness professional growth, becoming a trusted counselor or a mentor to others. The temptation of professional overconfidence. This you need to be very careful. Now, with both teachers backing you in the 10th house, the ultimate house of success, career, public image, there is a minor risk of feeling completely invisible in your career. Watch out for the tendency of overcommitment towards the project. Don't take on too much operational load or think you can solve every single thing on your own. See, harmonizing creative desires with daily duty. Venus loves pleasure, while the 10th house demands structured duty. This conjunction elegantly blends the two. You will find a way to make your daily professional life enjoyable, creative, and aligned with your personal moral values, removing workplace burnt out entirely. Attracting highly influential strategic partnership. Because your visibility is in an all-time high, you will attract powerful professionals who want to collaborate, partner, or build an alliance with you. The connections you form in your industry during these 4 weeks will have a massive long term financial and professional impact. Public honor and legacy of your action. Ultimately, this transit is about your legacy. The actions you take now carry deep dharmic weightage too. What you build, launch, or initiate in your career during this window is built on rock, not sand. It will solidify your public reputation for months and years to come. Now, with this sitting in the 10th house, both the Guru, they are casting a direct aspect on your fourth house, the house of your emotion, foundation. So, you can expect a profound healing with your mother. There'll be massive gains in property and real estate, bringing the career reward home. Yes, your public success directly elevates your family's comfort and status. Your home will feel like a celebration space filled with harmony, luxurious comforts, and genuine emotional security. Now, a few tips and warnings for Libra rising. Now, since 8th house energy is it's finding its place in the 10th house. Do not let 8th house create workplace politics because Venus carries the 8th house energy into career. Avoid gossiping, engage in secret corporate games, trying to manipulate situations behind the scenes. Use the transparent protective wisdom of Jupiter to stay completely above board. Set strict boundaries for workload. With your sixth lord exalted, work will come to you fast and furious because you want to prove your capabilities with your Lagan lord in 10th house. You might overschedule yourself. Remember to pace yourself. Your body is the engine of your success. Don't overdo it. Ensure your actions match your value. An exalted Jupiter demands absolute integrity. Do not cut corners, do not compromise on your professional ethics for quick gains, and treat your subordinate with absolute grace. Invest in your home base. Since your fourth house is being heavily aspected, balance your long career hours by spending quality time with your family. Let your professional victories be a source of joy for your loved ones, not a reason for your physical absence. Now, your karmic strategy, that is the remedy, the principle of generous leadership. When your Lagan Lord meets an exalted Jupiter in the house of career, your greatest power lies in using your high visibility to elevate those who work under you. So, to anchor this Dwi Guru Yoga at its absolute high frequency as a Libra rising, you must bridge the gap between the public status, that is your 10th house, and your daily service to others, that is the 6th house. You can champion or mentor a junior subordinate. Use your current professional charm and authority to actively help someone lower in the lower strata. Practice visible workplace gratitude. Publicly praise and credit the support staff, assistant, or a team members who make your daily execution smooth. Treat those who serve you with deep respect and gratitude. By willfully utilizing your exalted career energy to uplift, protect, and serve others, you completely fulfilling the dharmic expectations of both your planetary gurus. This ensures that the professional expansion, public glory, and domestic peace you unlock during this rare window becomes permanently integrated in your life destiny. Set up the podium, Libra. The universe is ready to applaud your work. And since Venus is your Lagan Lord, you can chant the Venus mantra as well. That will be really very helpful. Om Shum Sukrai Nama. Chanting this mantra 108 times starting any Friday will be very, very beneficial for Libra rising. Now, a quick reminder if you have natal planets in Cancer, this energy will feel more personal to you. But remember, the transit shows current weather, while your personal dasha unlocks the actual timings and result. If you want to know exactly what is happening in your chart, you can book a consultation via the number or the email on the screen. So the overall score which Libra rising gets is 8.3, which is actually a wonderful score. So all the best to you with this transit.
Excellent scope for Libra. Yes. Welcome to all the Scorpio rising. Scorpio rising, we are talking about the very, very beautiful and abundant transit for you, which is happening from June 8th to July 4th. Now, this transit is about Venus entering Cancer on the 8th of June. Now, Scorpio, all of all the 12 houses, the one you most wanted to lit up is your house of luck. And that is exactly where this is happening. Now, both Venus and exalted Jupiter are sitting in your ninth house, the house of Bhagyastan, the house of fortune, your father, your guru, your dharma, your higher learning, and your long journey. Now, this is the strongest of the auspicious shrine of 159. It is happening in the ninth house, and two great teachers have walked straight into it. Now, Jupiter is your second lord. Second house represents wealth, family, speech, and Jupiter is also your fifth lord, which represents children, our intelligence, our creativity, and our romance. Now, he is sitting here at its absolute highest strength, exalted in Cancer. And now Venus comes in and joins. Venus is your seventh lord, which represents spouse, marriage, partnership. And Venus is also your 12th lord, the house of foreign land and expenditure. Now, they are natural enemies, yes, but both are pure givers. Jupiter expands and protects, and Venus sweetens and softens. So, together in the ninth, they form Dwi Guru Yoga, right in the house of destiny. Now, Kendra and Trikona Lord are now making a connection, and this is one of the most celebrated sutras in astrology. So, you're very lucky, Scorpio. Now, let us walk through what this means for you. First thing first, the big one, that this is one of the luckiest window you will see in years. The classic called the ninth, the Bhagyasthana, and where two benefics, one of which is exalted, sit here, which means fortune does not knock politely; it walks in. Now Jupiter is both the guru and natural significator of dharma of ninth house, exalted in your house of dharma. So expect Guru Krupa, the grace of Guru, the grace of teacher is flowing straight to you this month. Watch your father closely. The ninth house is also representing your father and Pitru Ashirvad. The blessings are very, very strong now. So he may benefit or bless you, or his good fortune may quietly lift your own. Another thing is that a real teacher or mentor may appear. So, with your house of gurus, this being so active, the right guide arrives at the right moment. So, sometimes even offering your personal practice or initiation. Now, students and seekers, this is your time. There is Vidya Siddhi. Success is higher learning. This is all switched on, and admission, advanced degree, research, tough exams all turn in your favor. Now, travel is also blessed. Venus, your 12th lord of distant and foreign land, sitting in the ninth of journey, points to a very meaningful trip. So, there is Videsh Yatra, even a pilgrimage or a Yatra is on the card, so Yatra that achieves its purpose. Now, business deals with foreign and behind the scene distant places is also on the cards. You can expect luxurious long distance trips, smooth visa approvals, or massive business success with global clients. Now, Jupiter is your second lord of wealth, exalted in the house of luck. Now, the classic would read this as clear dhan yoga. Money comes through your luck, through your father, through teaching, speech, ancestral blessings, family, or through dharma itself. Now, here is a deeper layer. Jupiter is also your fifth lord, the house of your Purva Punya, that is past life merit. Sitting in the ninth, it means good karma is ripening into present fortune. So things are working out because you have earned it sometime long back, maybe in your last life. Now, for couples planning for a child, this is a beautifully blessed window. As a great Putra Karka, the Jiva Karka, giver of children, exalted, is casting its protective gaze directly into your fifth house of lineage. So, the divine alignment brings immense joy, pride, excellent news regarding your children or pregnancy, or childbirth, or achievement and joys from your existing kids. Now, for the creative and the intellect, because fifth house represents our creativity and intelligence. The same aspect from ninth is falling on the fifth, sharpens your mind, your art, and your devotion. So ideas flow with unusual clarity. Your smart money choices is also on the card. What I mean is, as the fifth lord of intellect, your intuition regarding investment, stock options, or business ideas will be incredibly sharp and highly profitable. But a word of caution is here. Now, this is a powerful window for mantra siddhi. This is my favorite one. Jupiter's gaze falls onto the fifth house of mantra. Even Venus is aspecting here, and Venus is known for his devotion. He's the Shukracharya, the one who has got Sanjeevani Vidya through his devotion. So this will all will fast track your sadhana. So while Venus blesses your speech, so the words carry real power. The moment you sit to chant, your focus will deepen in this transit. Now, if you are married, your spouse may bring you luck. Venus, your seventh lord, sitting in your house of fortune, often means the partner becomes a source of blessing, growth, a good connection. You and your spouse can also plan for a foreign trip together. Now, your spouse will also experience sudden professional growth during this window. Now, for singles, Jupiter draws someone wise and principled. Your seventh lord of marriage sits in the house of divine luck. So, you could meet a soulmate while traveling at a spiritual retreat, foreign or through higher education, or someone from distant place or different culture altogether. Now, here is a quiet gift. Exalted Jupiter aspects your Lagna directly. Now, Guru Drishti will bring the protection, the dignity, the optimism, and settled confidence. And Venus will also bring charm and warmth to your personality. So you carry yourself differently. Although Venus is not aspecting your Lagna, but Venus overall is sitting in your house of luck. Now, that same gaze of Jupiter shields your body as well. So, if you have been recovering from something or rebuilding your health, the timing is on your side now. Now, your courage and your words sharpen. Both planet will aspect the third house. Both together from ninth will aspect the third house. Third house is the house of Parakram, our courage and communication. Bold, wise speech and a well-timed luck is on the way. Now your speech turns sweeter and more dharmic. Jupiter is your second lord. Again, work and speech is getting added. Family is getting added. So conversation at home, especially about money and values, flow with more warmth. Now, any lingering misunderstanding with your siblings, neighbors, office colleagues will naturally heal and clear up. Third houses are Bhratru, Sahaj Sukha house, house of natural bonds. And here, those connections will get the blessing. Good for people in sports, as third house blessing will give the Bahuvirya, the physical courage also. So, this can also get enhanced. You have to look at your Sun and Mars also in the natal chart. If they all support, then this is a very good time for people in sports. Now, with both gurus casting their aspect on third, another thing I wanted to add is your kaushalya. Yes, your skills and creative talents get a powerful upgrade. So, Venus adds charm and beauty and creative genius to your writing, to media, to anything you do hands on work like cooking, styling, if you're a beautician, if you are a surgeon. While exalted, Jupiter brings wisdom, strategy, and the ability to monetize your hobbies. Venus is adding the artistic beauty and a deeper layer. So, whether you're launching a podcast, creating content, writing, or working with your hands, your output turns magnetic, trustworthy, and financially rewarding. Remember, third house represents our hands, arms, and shoulder. Now, skills you learn in this transit is divinely blessing. So, and it will remain with you for a long time to come beyond this transit. Now, you will master the complex topics much quicker than usual. So, there will be joy in studying. Learning will feel like fun and exciting and not like a regular chore. Now, an old family asset, inheritance, or matter from father's side may finally turn in your favor. The second lord in ninth can open up family fortune as well. Giving will feel natural to you. Venus, your 12th lord in ninth, makes charity, donation, offering, and supporting teachers or student is deeply satisfying, and it earns real merit. So, this is a very good window for going deep. If you are keen to initiate a meditation, sadhana, or mantra siddhi, this is a golden window for you. Now, foreign connection may become very lucky. Venus rules 12th of distant lands now in the house of fortune. So, an opportunity, a client, a contact from abroad or from a distant place may quietly open up. This favors anyone in teaching, law, publishing, counseling, advisory work, all the fields which are connected to your ninth. People will seek your guidance, and your word will carry weight. The world sees you as fair and wise. Your public image takes on a principled, trustworthy quality. Door opens simply because people respect you. Self effort is rewarded with both planets aspecting the third house. So, a bold initiative you take now are backed by your own hands and courage finds unusual support. Now, Dwi Guru Yoga, let's talk about it. Dev Guru Jupiter, who seeks the eternal, and Daitya Guru Venus, who seeks the worldly, beautiful, both in your house of Dharma. So, you may feel pulled between the spiritual path and the worldly pleasure. So the transit rewards the one who can hold both without losing balance. A note from classic is the Lagu Parashari calls the Lord of the Trines, the fifth, ninth, everything is connected, pure givers of good. So your Jupiter is the fifth, landing in the ninth, a trine lord in a trine. So this is very beautiful, auspicious placement as the text described. Now, a few tips and warnings for you. Watch the preacher in you, exalted Jupiter in your, even Venus in your ninth, both are gurus and teachers. So, when they sit in the ninth house, you may feel a little preachy. So, share your wisdom, but do not impose it. Stay humble. Second is be careful with your blind faith. Venus is very emotional in water sign in the house of ninth house can you can make you put a teacher or a belief on too high pedestal, so trust but verify first. Then mind the spending. Venus is the 12th lord or 12th house. It represents our expenses, our outgoing expenses. So in the ninth house can drain money on travel, comfort, donations, or pilgrimage. So give generously, but give wisely. Now, do not let the journey sideline your spouse. With the seventh lord pulled away into the ninth, your partner may feel left behind while you chase fortune, travel, or you keep learning. So keep the bond warm. And beware of illusion of luck. Alessia is also on the card because the comfortable laziness. The ninth hands you the opportunity, but you must still act. So keep a gentle eye on your father's health too. Now, one of the remedy I wanted to share with you is channeling this transit into spiritual growth is your golden opportunity. So, engaging in deep silent meditation, harmonizing higher wisdom with the subconscious, converting your anxiety into peace. You can coach or mentor someone new. Because use your skills and knowledge and your communication, and this can unlock the blessing for the both the gurus. As your Lagna Lord is Mars, you can recite Hanuman Chalisa as well. And finally, to turn a gold fortune into dharma, another remedy. Let some of this luck serve a higher purpose, a cause, a student, a pilgrimage. That single shift is what turns merrily lucky month into a truly blessed one. Now remember, you have to give, but give wisely. Now let's also look at your score. Now Scorpio, we have given scores to all the ascendants. Now you are scoring 8 out of 10. This is excellent, lovely score. But one last gentle note just to add here is if you have any natal planets sitting in the sign of Cancer, your reading will carry extra flavor and the score can change a little bit. But in any transit, the transiting planets carry more weightage, and you are running the Shah will only decide the exact timing and outcome. Now, for personalized reading for your own chart, you are welcome to book an appointment on the mobile number and email ID given on the screen, and we'll be very happy to help you. Best wishes to all the Scorpio rising.
Welcome all Sagittarius rising. So for Sagittarius native, the upcoming transit of Venus and an exalted Jupiter in Cancer triggers one of the most intensely transformative chapters of your life. Why? Because these two great forces, these two gurus are coming together in your eighth house, the house of sudden changes, chronic illness, secret inheritance, occult sciences, and deeply psychological world. Sitting here, they'll cast a direct aspect on your second house of accumulated wealth, speech, family. So, this transit will be a bit complex. Why? Because Jupiter is your Lagan Lord. Jupiter holds the lordship of first house and your fourth house. Jupiter is you, your physical body, your identity, your health, your overall life path. It also rules your fourth house of home, mental peace, domestic stability. Venus, on the other hand, is a functional malefic planet for Sagittarius rising because it rules the Upche houses. She rules sixth house, the house of acute illness, deaths, obstacles, and daily conflicts, as well as your 11th house of gains and social networks, though 11th house is also considered as an Upche house. So when Venus, the sixth lord of disease, enters the eighth house, the house of chronic illness, deep-seated ailments, hidden things, to meet your exalted life force ruler, Jupiter, health, healing, crisis management take an absolute center stage. So, what this transit is asking us to do, or basically how this transit will materialize for us, let us look at that. Deep diagnostic and healing chronic illness. Because Venus rules your sixth house of disease and sits in the eighth house along with your Lagan Lord, forming Harsha Yoga. This transit will aggressively illuminate hidden health issues. So if you have had undergone undiagnosed symptoms or a chronic ailment, especially relating to reproductive system, kidney, liver, blood sugar, or fluid retention that has been mismanaged, this transit will bring it to the surface. The exalted shield. Because Jupiter is exalted here, it is not a period of defeat. Instead, it acts as a divine medical intervention. It brings the exact specialist you need, the correct diagnosis, and the deeper psychological or holistic treatment required to radically heal a long standing illness from the root. There'll be elevation of occult and psychic power. Eighth house is the deepest well of mysteries with both gurus, the guru of God, Jupiter, and the guru of Asuras, Daitya, Venus. Occupying this house, your intuition, psychic ability will skyrocket. You will find yourself intensely drawn towards astrology, tarot, shadow reading, or deep psychological research. Your capacity to understand secrets, to read people's unspoken energy will feel utmost supernatural. Financial windfall through unearned wealth and inheritance. Jupiter rules expansion and Venus rules your gains house, the 11th lord. Their presence in the 8th house can trigger sudden, unexpected financial breakthrough. This includes the smooth resolution of legal settlements, insurance payouts, tax refunds, bonuses, or family inheritance. If you share finances with a spouse or business partner, their income may see a sudden massive boost. You can even get some gains from elder siblings or your social circle. There will be purification of speech and family dynamics. From 8th house, both planets cast a direct aspect on your second house of family and speech. The heavy secretive energy of 8th house is balanced by this soft beneficial aspect. Your words will carry profound weight and healing power during this time. Long-standing family disputes or financial stagnation within the family unit can be dissolved through compassion and deep, meaningful conversations. Do not miss on this window. Intense emotional upliftment and ego death. The eighth house forces us to look at what we fear losing the most. With your ruling planet exalted here, you are undergoing a beautifully supported ego death system. You will consciously confront deep seated fears of vulnerability, betrayal, or lack and permanently flush them out of your system, you becoming more radiant. Secretive or highly karmic romantic longings. Venus in the eighth house of intimacy can make your emotional life incredibly private, intense, or even secretive. If you are in a relationship, you will carve a deep, soulful, meaningful connection. If you are single, you may experience a powerful magnetic attraction towards someone that feels intensely karmic and urgent. Point of caution here is, see, Venus in 8th house can actually give rise to secret affairs as well. So you need to vouch for that. Do not indulge in such practices. Deep dissolution of subconscious fear and generational trauma. Because sitting in the 8th house, Jupiter will cast an aspect on your 12th house of subconscious. A massive spiritual flushing mechanism is activated. 12th house is the basement of your wind, where you store memories, unprocessed grief, and ancestral conditioning. Jupiter's gaze combined with Venus' gentle frequency acts like a cosmic beam of light illuminating the dark space. So don't be too harsh on yourself. Let go of old phobia, toxic guilt, or patterns of self sabotage that have quietly run your life from a long time. Let go of lot of things. There'll be radical activation of Kundalini or deep secrets. With your Lagan Lord exalted in 8th house, your subtle energy system, chakras, undergo a major upgrade. So, if you practice meditation, Kriya Yoga, energy healing, you will notice a sudden tangible shift in your sensitive energy. See, this will be more powerful window because Venus, the Sanjeevani Vidya, is sitting along with your exalted Lagan Lord. So, best time for you to indulge into such practices. Now, sitting in the 8th house, these both benefic planets are casting an aspect on your second house of family, wealth, speech, values. So, expect financial stabilization and sudden inflow of blocked wealth. The 8th house holds hidden money, while the second house holds your actual wallet. This direct aspect brings the two, causing wealth that was previously stuck, delayed, or hidden to materialize into your hand. You can expect a highly favorable resolution regarding long term insurance claims, tax refunds, bonuses, or family inheritance. It also marks an excellent time to restructure your savings or investments, as your financial judgment will be incredibly sound and long term oriented with Jupiter aspect. Healing generational rifts and family disagreements. Because second house represents your immediate family lineage, the household environment, and early childhood conditioning. The dual aspect of these two gurus brings immense grace to your domestic life. Here, if there has been undercurrent friction, cold wars, or property related legal matters within your extended family, this transit offers a rare ceasefire. Yes, it is also forming a Saraswati yoga, words that heal, manifest, and command. The second house rules your vocal cords, speech, patterns, and expressions, with the planets of art, diplomacy, Venus, and the planet of divine wisdom, Jupiter, casting their combined energy. Your voice undergoes a beautiful transformation. Your choice of words becomes naturally poetic, persuasive, and profoundly comforting to others. If your profession involves speaking, teaching, counseling, or negotiating, you will notice people hang on to your every word. Because of an exalted Lagan Lord looking at your house of speech, your words carry an immediate manifestation energy. If you speak positively about your future, it will manifest quickly. It is absolute vital that you completely refrain from harsh speech and gossip. Now, crucial points which you need to consider. See, do not ignore physical warning signs because sixth lord is in the eighth house. Minor symptoms can quickly balloon if ignored. Do not brush off fatigue or pain with raw willpower. Schedule those overdue checkups and blood tests immediately. Guard against secretive stagnation. The eighth house can tempt you to isolate yourself and obsess over worries, secrets, research. Balance your deep inner divine by actively connecting with your trusted family members. That is the second house energy. Avoid hidden financial risk. While wealth can come in, Venus as the sixth lord can also bring hidden liabilities or sudden expenses relating to health treatment or old debts. Read the fine print carefully before signing any joint financial property matter or any legal agreements. Most important, do not misuse the power of speech. With both gurus aspecting your second house of speech, your words carry manifestation power. Avoid cursing, speaking ill of others, or engaging in dark humor. What your voice during these weeks will crystallize rapidly into your physical reality. Watch for fluid retention or sluggish metabolism. Because Cancer is a water sign and Jupiter expands wherever it touches. An exalted Jupiter in 8th house meeting a watery Venus can cause the physical body to retain water, experience bloating, or slow down digestive system. Focus on warm, light, spice, clean food and stay hydrated to keep your system moving. Keep your joint financial data secure. While this is an exceptional transit for inheritance and insurance payout, Venus as the sixth lord warns against sharing your financial password, investment strategies, or confidential business plans with casual acquaintance. Keep your asset under lock and key. Remedy for Sagittarius rising would be, see, eighth house demands that you transform your pain into wisdom, while the second house aspect demands that you nourish your roots. So, best practice would be donate for a medical cause, that is sixth into eighth house. Pay for someone else's medical treatment, donate to a healthcare charity, buy medicine for those who cannot afford them. This will directly satisfy the sixth lord of disease in the eighth house of crisis by taking the hit financially on your own terms. Engage in ancestral and root healing. The eighth house represents ancestral karma, and the second house represents your immediate lineage. So, light a lamp or offer silent prayers in the name of your ancestors, asking for release of generational health or financial crisis. Practice voice mantra. Yes, because second house is the house of speech, aspected by both guru. Chanting sacred mantras or practicing silent meditation will ground your entire eighth house emotional energy and anchor into an absolute peace. Best is you can start your day with guru mantra or maybe ram dhun, because this will actually mitigate the anxiety which eighth house usually creates whenever planets sit there. A quick reminder, if you have natal planets in Cancer sign, this energy will feel more closer. But remember, transits show the current weather, while your personal dasha unlocks the actual timing and results that you will get. So, if you want to know exactly what planets hold for you in your chart, you can book one on one consultation via the number or email given on the screen. So Sagittarius rising, the overall score which this transit promise is 6.5, which is above the average, but actual score might change depending on exact placement of your planets in Cancer sign and how Venus and Jupiter are placed from there. So good luck to all Sagittarius rising.
Welcome to all the Capricorn rising. Capricorn, we are talking about a very beautiful and wonderful transit, which is Venus is joining exalted Jupiter on 8th of June, and this transit will be there. The benefit will be there from 8th of June to July 4th. Now, Capricorn, this transit touches some important parts of your life, and here is why it matters for you especially. Your sign is ruled by Saturn, the planet of discipline and hard work. So, your life usually runs on duty and effort. But this transit brings a softer, warmer, more joyful energy into all of that, a welcoming change of pace. Both Venus and exalted Jupiter are sitting in your seventh house, the Kalatristana, the house of marriage, spouse, or partnerships. Your most important one on one relationships are looked from the seventh house, and how public also sees you. And here is the heading. Venus is your Yoga Karka. It is creating a Raj Yoga Karka for you, the single most powerful planet for your sign, and it has just walked into the Kendra house. Now, Venus rules your fifth house. Fifth house represents children, romance, creativity, intellect, speculation, and the 10th house. 10th house represents our career and status. Now, because it owns both the trine and the Kendra, the classic calls it as a Yoga Karka. And Jupiter is your third lord of courage and communication, and the 12th lord of foreign lands and expenditure, sitting here at its absolute highest strength, exalted in Cancer sign. Now, Venus and Jupiter, they are natural enemies, yes, but both are pure givers. So, together in the seventh, they are forming Dwi Guru Yoga, right in your house of partnership. Now, this is also forming a Mahapurush Yoga, which is Hamsa Yoga, another beautiful yoga. The very first big one is when an exalted Jupiter sits in the Kendra like this one. The classic says a Mahapurush Yoga gets formed, which is the Hamsa Yoga. It lends you a dignified, respected, principled quality that people feel the moment they meet you. Now, the second gift is your Yoga Karka Venus, the best planet for your chart, is sitting in the Kendra in the house of the others, the seventh house. Now, whatever comes to you is through people this month, and it carries real fortune. Now, this is one of the most powerful alignment you will see for love. With the Lord of Romance and Wisdom coming together in the house of marriage, a serious relationship or a wedding is highly on the cards. You are very likely to meet or marry someone for a foreign country, a different culture, or someone who travels constantly for work. Now, if you're already married, your spouse steps into the light. Expect warmth, romance, and renewed closeness. Your partner also sees their own career rise, your love life and creativity sweeten. Venus is your fifth lord, so romance, children, creative work is all on the card. For couples, matter around children turn favorable, and for creators, your art will find its flow. This is a good window for progeny, planning your first or second kid as well. Now, your spouse becomes a source of luck. With your yoga karka in the seventh, the partner often brings status, opportunity, or fortune straight to your door. Conversation with partner improves. Jupiter is the third lord of communication now in seventh. So, honest, gentle, and courageous talks clears the air. If there has been any coldness or distance in your marriage, the transit heals it. Jupiter brings forgiveness and wisdom, and Venus brings the sweetness, and something long overdue finally softens. Any coldness or distance will just go away. Now, a trip with your partner is highly favored in this transit, possibly to a distant place, to a foreign place. Travel together feels restorative this month. Moving overseas together is also on the cards. Now, you and your spouse might move far away from your birthplace as well. So, you can live near the ocean or just travel the world for pure luxury. Now, there is also lovely warmth returning to your private life as a couple. The 12th house governs the comfort of the bedroom, the Shayana Sukha. So you will feel more closeness, ease with your partner. Now you and your partner will shine in social setting, and people will view you as a true power couple. Business partnership flourishes this month. The seventh is the house of deals and collaboration. There is a Sandhi Siddhi, success in partnership is on the card. Any partnership you start now carries a real Midas touch, and a handshake made in this window will hold weight for a long time to come. Now, here is a beautiful career link is also coming up. Venus is your 10th lord of career, now sitting in the seventh house of clients and public. So, Karma Siddhi, the professional success comes to you through partner, clients, and public dealing this month. Now, your public image lifts, more benefic in the seventh. So, people see you as a charming, trustworthy, and capable. You become magnetic in the eyes of others. Because third lord of contracts and efforts hits the jackpot by getting exalted in the seventh house, your professional networking goes into overdrive. There are lucrative contracts. You will sign deals that bring long term wealth. As Venus ruling your 10th house of career and 5th house of speculation adds a highly profitable touch to your agreements. There are helpful allies. Your business partners or clients may treat you with immense respect, acts of kindness, and fairness. And both planets aspect your lagna, your first house, so that grace flows back to your own body and personality. So you carry yourself with more dignity, warmth, and quiet confidence. There is a magnetic charm. You will physically look more radiant, youthful, and attractive. Now, Jupiter casts this aspect on your 11th house of gains as well. So, money and growth comes through your partnership and public connections. So, income tied directly to the people you work with. A foreign angle is open because your 12th lord of distant and foreign is connected to 7th. So, this I think we already touched upon. You can also meet a spouse, a partner, or business partner, business connection linked to another country from foreign. This is also very much possible. Now there is a golden window for anyone in client facing work like counseling, law, consulting, diplomacy, sales. The seventh house lit up means people simply want to deal with you. So contracts and agreements you have spoken about will get formalized. The third house represents your hands and arms, so hands-on skills, and the fifth represents your creativity and intellect. So anyone who is in a creative field also gets a boost in this transit. Another thing is any skill, hobby, or content you create will have extra spark of genius. So hobbies can get converted into bank balance. Now there is a media windfalls. If you work in writing, marketing, digital media, your work will gain public applause and make excellent money because it is backed by your Yoga Karka Venus. So please don't sit idle. Utilize this window. Winning ideas will be there. Your everyday business ideas will feel highly inspired, helping you to outsmart your competition with your strategy rather than hard grinding. Now, artists, we have already spoken about. Your courage and skills will get sharpened. Jupiter, the Lord of third house of Parakram and Kaushalya, casts his own aspect back there. So, bold initiative, writing, and communication all will improve. Any new skill learned in this window will stay for a long, long time and will get personalized blessings from Venus and Jupiter. Now, there is a sense that you deserve what is arriving. Venus, your fifth lord of Purva Punya, past life merit, sitting in seventh, means good relationships are ripening from karma you already earned. Public recognition is also there on the cards. Spending on luxury is there. 12th house is or the house of expenditure, so you need to keep a tap. But with Venus present, you won't be losing money to bad luck or medical bills. Instead, you will choose to spend money on high end travel, beautiful wedding, or upgrading your shared home. If you work in the 12th house fields like healing, psychology, spiritual coaching, or import export, or in these areas, your business profits will skyrocket under this transit. Now, the Dwi Guru Yoga, let's talk about this a bit. Now, Jupiter, who seeks eternal, and Daitya Guru Venus, who seeks the beautiful. Now, both are sitting in the house of the others. So, you may feel pulled towards or between idealizing your relationship and keeping a clear head. So, the transit rewards the one who holds both. Now, some tips and warnings for you. Do not lose yourself in the others. Both planets sit in the house of the partner, and there is a real risk of pouring everything into the relationship and forgetting your own goals. Watch the emotional dependency. Venus is feeling led in the watery sign in Cancer. So you may idolize your partner or make decisions purely on emotion. So you need to stay grounded. Mind the spending through your partner or through travel. Jupiter, the 12th house is connected. The 12th lord is expenditure. We spoke about it, so keep a tap on it. And remember, you are a Capricorn, built for discipline and work. So the pull toward pleasure and partnership this month can soften that edges. So enjoy, but do not let your routine slip. Now read the fine print, because Jupiter optimizes and Venus is very emotional together. So you can sign a deal, a partnership blindly. So verify before you commit, and be beware of the illusion of ease. Now, Alicia is also there on the card because both natural benefic planets are there, looking at your lagna. So you may feel a bit of laziness can be there. So the door is open, but you have to walk through it and make efforts in this transit. So, few of the remedies for your Capricorn: travel to spiritual or water spaces together with your partner. Take a trip with your partner to a quiet place near the ocean or a lake or a spiritual retreat. This satisfies the 12th house desire for isolation, and foreign travel is a beautiful way to bond together. Be honest and transparent with your spouse or business partner. Now, chant the Mahamrityunjay mantra. The powerful mantra brings deep mental peace and protects your relationship from any hidden negative energies or sudden stresses. Now, respect your Yogakarka Venus, honor the women in your life, support beauty and art, and keep harmony in your home and your dealings. Venus is aspecting your first house. So, there is one more advice that keep yourself looking good in this transit, because Venus would love when you spend time on yourself. Now, finally, turn the partnership into service. How do you do that? Join hands with your spouse or a partner for a cause larger than yourself. Something like contribute to a community mass wedding, donate wedding garments, sweets to underprivileged couple, or offer your professional consulting skills to for free to help a struggling local business partnership to get back on their feet. Now, this single shift is what turns merrily luck month into truly blessed one. Let's also look at the score for you, Capricorn. Capricorn, you're scoring the highest, I think, out of all the ascendants. You're scoring 9.5 out of 10. Now, this is an excellent, brilliant score. Now can you imagine how important this transit is for you? But there is one gentle note that if you have any natal planet sitting in Cancer sign in your natal chart, your reading will carry extra flavor and the total can change a bit. But in any transit, always remember the transiting planets make more impact, and your running dasha will also decide the exact timing and outcome. For a personalized reading from your own chart, you are welcome to book an appointment on the mobile number and email ID given on the screen. Wishing all the Capricorns all the best.
Welcome all Aquarius rising. So for Aquarius natives, this transit of Venus and exalted Jupiter in Cancer brings an intense, highly critical focus onto your daily life, physical body, and energetic boundaries. Why? Because this conjunction of two great gurus is formed right in your sixth house, the house of health, disease, daily routines, conflicts, deaths, and obstacles. That is the Shatru Bhava. This sets off a highly dynamic Dwi Guru Yoga in the house traditionally associated with struggle. However, because Jupiter is at its maximum strength and Venus brings a natural grace, this transit functions less like a crisis and more like a profound cosmic medical intervention and structured lifestyle. Now, see, for Aquarius rising, Venus is your Yogkarka planet, the single most auspicious planet in your chart, ruling both Kendra house, the fourth house, and the Trikona house, that is the ninth house. Fourth house is house, inner peace, mother, emotional well being. This represents your baseline, psychological comfort. Ninth house is higher wisdom, luck, father, dharma. This represents your long term fortune, divine protection, and core belief system. Now, Jupiter, on the other hand, rules two very big houses, basically both the wealth houses. The second house, accumulated wealth, speech, diet, family assets, and 11th house, large networks, gains, cash flow, long term desires, friend circles. Right now, this Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, operating at the absolute pinnacle of its cosmic power in your sixth house. Jupiter is the natural benefic, but for an Aquarius chart, he carries the massive amount of wealth energies, second and 11th lord. When he becomes the hyper amplified in sixth house, he pours your wealth, your social network, and your daily intake directly into the house of physical health, hard work, and problem solving. So, definitely, currently, your sixth house will take the center stage. What to expect during this transit? Intense focus on dietary and nutritional healing. Sixth house rules digestion and illness, while Jupiter rules your second house of food and mouth. With Jupiter exalted here, you are being handed the ultimate cosmic window to fundamentally correct your diet. You will find yourself drawn to clean eating, holistic nutrition, and specific dietary therapy that system automatically heals your gut. Detection and elimination of hidden health ailments. Because an exalted Jupiter acts as a wise, bright spotlight, this transit will bring any hidden health imbalances to the surface so they can permanently get cured. If you have had mysterious symptoms, this window will guide you to the perfect diagnostic tool or medical expert who can pinpoint the exact cause. Vulnerability to water retention and metabolic sluggishness. Cancer is a watery sign. Jupiter expands wherever it touches. In the sixth house of physical body imbalances, this can manifest as a temporary tendency towards water retention, bloating, or a sluggish metabolism. Be mindful of overeating, heavy food, sweet, processed foods, as your body will digest them more slowly right now. Turning daily routine into a source of deep joy. Venus is your Yogkarka planet of pleasure. Her presence in the sixth house means that your daily work grind and exercise regimes will stop feeling like a heavy burden. Probably you will do something to make them more interesting. You will find ways to bring beauty, music, comfort in your everyday workspace or maybe morning rituals. A high volume wave of daily work and projects. Yes, definitely. Jupiter rules your 11th house of gains and desires, exalted in 6th house. It translates to a massive influx of daily tasks, freelancing gigs, or a corporate projects. You will be incredibly busy, but the operational workload is directly tied to expanding your professional skills and future market value. Transforming workplace friction into harmonious alliance. If there has been ongoing political tension, cold wars, or friction with colleagues and subordinates at your job, Venus' diplomatic charm will automatically melt it away. You will find the perfect words to resolve old misunderstanding, turning workplace rivals into supportive alliance, clearing long-standing debts and financial liabilities. The sixth house rules loans and financial friction. When your wealth lords, that is second and 11th, gets exalted here, you will suddenly find the resources, bonuses, or maybe alternative cash flow necessary to pay off credit card debts, clear off student loans, or settle outstanding bills. Supreme victory in legal matters or maybe open disputes. If you are currently in a legal dispute, a property dispute, or a bureaucratic battle, this transit provides an absolute shield of victory. An exalted Jupiter in the sixth house ensures that your arguments are rock solid, your legal counsel is exceptionally wise, and the final judgment leans heavily in your favor. The desire to invest heavily in premium wellness, with your fortune bringing Venus and wealth bringing Jupiter in the health sector, you will feel entirely justified spending significant money on your physical well being. This could manifest as buying high end organic groceries, investing in medical grade supplements, hiring a professional trainer, or joining a premium wellness club. Emotional stress directly affecting your physical health, physical gut actually. Because Cancer is a hypersensitive sign. Emotional stress directly affecting your physical gut. Yes. Because Cancer is a hypersensitive emotional water sign. Your gut brain axis is highly active right now in the sixth house. If there is emotional chaos at home, since Venus is ruling your fourth house, it will instantly manifest as a physical acidity, indigestion, or a fatigue. So, guarding your emotional boundaries is a prerequisite for this transit. Deep healing and service involving mother. Venus rules your fourth house of mother. Her placement in sixth house can indicate that your mother may require some extra care, maybe medical checkup or support during this time. However, because Jupiter is exalted alongside Venus, your active care will bring profound healing to her body and deeply strengthen your mutual bond. Financial gains flowing directly through solving crisis. In a classical Jyotish, when wealth lords occupy the sixth house in high dignity, it creates a powerful pipeline where you can make money by resolving problems. Yes. Your income will spike through handling complex consulting cases, fixing corporate emergencies, or helping others out of their legal or financial jams. Since 11th Lord is finding its way in 6th house, the temptation to overcome it and suffer physical burnout. Avoid this. Because an exalted Jupiter can create an illusion of infinite energy. You might trick yourself into thinking you can work 16 hours a day without paying a physical price. No, that is not true. Guard against overscheduling yourself. Sixth house demands that you respect physical limits or your body will force you to pause. Please do take care of your body. Compassionate connection to pets and animals. Yes, this is very important aspect of this transit. Sixth house governs small animals and pets. With both Guru being here, this is a beautiful window for welcoming a new pet into your home, treating a sick pet with incredible medical success, or volunteering your time to an animal shelter. Animals will bring you immense therapeutic healing here. See, now Venus rules your ninth house of philosophy, your father. So now, when this is placed in the sixth house, yes, there could be some sort of health scare with respect to your father's health. Do not ignore it. In case there is any health checkup due, please do it. Outlays of wealth for medical care or workplace infrastructure. While Jupiter brings in wealth from second house and 11th house, it presence in 6 means money will actively move into service oriented channels. You might consciously write large checks for medical treatment, health insurance premium, or upgrading the physical computers and tools you use for your daily job. Healing long standing psychological, subconscious enemies. Sixth house rules the internal enemies, anxiety, self doubt, anger, bad habits. From there, two gurus are casting a direct aspect on your 12th house of subconscious mind. The combined wisdom of Dev Guru and Daitya Guru gives you the exact psychological tools needed to fight off anxiety issues in case you are facing any, or maybe you are having any sleep issues, they will get dissolved during this transit. Now see, sitting here, they are, since they are casting a direct aspect on 12th house. 12th house rules losses and unexpected expenditure, with second lord, 11th lord Jupiter casting a protective eye from the house of budget, that is sixth, to the house of loss, 12th. You will successfully identify the hidden financial drains. Turning isolation into spiritual gold, if your health or work requires you to spend time in an isolated place, maybe hospital, lab, remote work setup, this aspect ensures that your time spent alone is highly blissful, spiritually liberating, and deeply creative rather than lonely. Now, a few tips and warnings for Aquarius rising. Watch the fluid and sugar intake with both benefics and watery sign in your health sector, that is sixth house. Be exceptionally mindful of what you eat, especially intake of sugars, alcohol, and heavy dairy products. Your pancreas, liver, kidneys are working extra hard to process waste right now. Hydrate with pure water. Maybe you can take herbal tea to keep the sixth house fluids moving clearly. Do not ignore minor bodily signals. Jupiter can occasionally cause a person to gloss over details due to excessive optimism. If your body signals that it needs rest or a checkup or a lifestyle change, do not say, oh, the universe will take care of it. No, you have to take care of it. Book a doctor appointment. Keep emotional stress out of your workplace. Venus carries your fourth house domestic peace energy into sixth house of friction. So avoid bringing family arguments or personal emotional moods into your professional dealings with colleagues. Keep your work crisp, organized, and logical. Now, remedy for Aquarius rising is definitely a must. Why? Because this conjunction is getting formed in one of the very tricky, difficult houses, that is the sixth house, that demands that debts be paid, problems be solved, services be rendered. So, when wealth and fortune planet occupies this space, your greatest luck is unlocked when you voluntarily resolve crisis for those less fortunate than you. You can offer practice, physical help to sick or vulnerable, dedicate few hours a week to physically helping those dealing with health crisis. This could even mean driving an elderly neighbor to a medical appointment, organizing a wellness drive, or donating medicine or nutritional food to people in need. Clean and beautify your daily workspace. Venus wants beauty and sixth house wants organization. Spend a day completely decluttering, decleaning, or upgrading your daily office desk or workspace. Introduce a green plant or maybe a beautiful lighting. And the most potent mantra for you to chant during this transit is Mahamrityunjay mantra. This will ease off lot of stress which sixth house can create. Now, a quick reminder, if you have natal planets in your Cancer sign, this energy will feel more personal to you. But remember, transits show the current weather, while your personal dasha unlocks the actual timing and results. So, if you want to know exactly what this plays out in your chart, you can book a consultation via number or email us on the screen given below. Now, the overall score which this transit is giving to Aquarius rising is 7 out of 10. It is not at all a bad score. So, all the best with this transit.
Welcome to all the Pisces rising. Pisces, we are talking about a very beautiful transit which is happening on 8th of June and it will be there till July 4th. Venus is joining the exalted Jupiter. Yes, Pisces, this transit lands close to home for you, quite literally. Both Venus and exalted Jupiter are sitting in your fifth house, the Buddhi Bhav, the house of children, intelligence, creativity, romance, learning, and devotion. Now, fifth house is a trine house, one of the most auspicious houses in the whole chart. And here is the special part. Jupiter is your own Lagna Lord, your ruler, and he has come home in full glory exalted. Now, Jupiter rules your first house, your very self, and 10th house, career and status. He's sitting here in the absolute highest strength in your house of brilliance. And Venus is your third lord, which represents courage and communication, and the eighth lord of transformation, depth, and hidden things. They are natural enemies, yes, but both are pure givers. Now, together in the fifth house, they perform Dwi Guru Yoga, right, in the house of creativity and joy. So let us walk through what this transit means for you. The first thing first, the very big one, your Lagna Lord and your 10th Lord of career exalted sitting in a trine. The classic read this as a powerful Raj Yoga. Yourself, your work, and your creativity all line up to rise together. Now, Jupiter, your Lagna Lord, aspects his own Lagna, the first house from the fifth. This brings protection, dignity, optimism, and a settled glow to your whole personality. Your intelligence and creativity soar. The fifth house is your buddhi, your sharp mind. So ideas flow, art comes alive, and your expression finds its spark. Now, your ability to explain deep concepts, teach others, or share your knowledge will reach a master level. You will find it very easy to guide people who come to you for advice. For parents, your children will shine this month. Good news, achievements, or simply a deeper bond and joy will form now. The golden window for couple planning for their first kid as well, because fifth house represents the first child. Now, for singles, romance blossoms. The fifth is the house of love. A sweet new connection can happen here, and for couples, the warmth and playfulness will return. Uh, and if romance, if it comes, it will run deep because Venus carries eighth house intensity into your house of love. So this is a passionate, transformative connection, not surface level. So remember, Venus is very emotional in the watery sign of Cancer. Now, students and learners, this is your time. Vidya Siddhi, success in studies, exams, admissions, and tough subjects ease up, and learning actually feels joyful. This is a very powerful window for mantra sadhana, mantra siddhi as well. The fifth house represents the mantra devotion, and Jupiter and Venus, both gurus, they are the preachers. Their presence here makes this absolute best time to learn, recite the sacred mantras. Your prayers will feel deeply connected and heard. Now, fifth house also represents our past life karma, our purva punya. Now, with your exalted Lagna Lord here and Venus blessing you, your luck protection is activated because your ruling planet Jupiter enters the house of good past karma. So you're highly protected from harm. You may get sudden blessings. Good deeds from your past lives will ripen, bringing you unearned luck, sudden wealth, and timely help from strangers. Now, fifth house also governs speculative ventures, so which will be highly successful. So, if you rely on deep research, wisdom, and ethical choice rather than the reckless gambling, Jupiter's righteous energy will protect you from risk by giving you sharp intuition and long term view, while Venus uses its eighth house power to unlock sudden financial wins from unexpected market shift. Now, but the caution is advised from Astro Divas. Now, the fifth house also is known as Amuda Bhava, that is represents joy and pleasure. So there can be high attraction. Venus brings immense charm, making you highly attractive to your audience and in your personal life as well. You can feel pure happiness. You feel a deep sense of inner peace, joy, and the desire to celebrate life. And fun and fame is also on the cards. This is a golden time for media, fame, entertainment, and enjoying the fruits of your hard work. Now, your career lifts. Jupiter is your 10th lord of work and karma siddhi. So, professional recognition, it will flow in often through your ideas, your creativity, or through your intelligence. Now, both planets are expecting your 11th house of gains, the Labh Bhava. Your professional status directly impacts growth. It is not just random luck. Your business structure and public authority will generate higher revenue. 11th house represents Jeshtra Bhatri Bhav, elder siblings and mentors. So you can expect support, major blessings, advice, or physical gifts from elders. Your network will expand. More people will want to connect with you, which is excellent for your social media growth. Now, a highly supportive network of clients and viewers who will happily promote you. So, they will step into your life to personally help you, which advances your career. 11th house also represents the fulfillment of desire, your long term personal goals. Career dreams and wishes will also finally come true. This is a very good window. Now, 11th house is also known as I Bhav, that is incoming wealth flow. So your regular daily or Weekly cash flow will stabilize and increase nicely. Both planets work together perfectly here. Jupiter rules your career house, which helps you create high value through your daily job. Venus rules your eighth house of other people's money, ensuring that your company, clients, and buyers are eager to pay you well for your hard work. Your communication turns sweet and creative. Venus, your third lord, adds charm to your words, uh, courage to your steps, and warmth with your siblings. Now, a pull towards depth appears. Venus, your eighth lord in the fifth, draw you to the research, to the occult, and to the mysteries. You will find joy in going beneath the surface, good for people in research. Now, your creative work can become your income. The fifth is creativity. Throwing it aspect on the 11 gains means your art ideas can turn into real money, your bank balance. Now, for performance artists, writers, and teachers, the fifth lit up means your expression lands, connects, and gets recognized. Your name grows through your mind. With the 10th Lord in the fifth, people come to know you for your ideas, your creativity, and your intelligence. Now, let's talk about the Dwi Guru Yoga. Jupiter, who seeks the eternal, and Daitya Guru Venus, who seeks the beautiful, both in the house of creativity and romance. So you may feel pulled towards higher purpose and pure indulgence. The transit rewards the one who can hold both. Now, some tips and warnings. Network with purpose in this transit. Say yes to the social events, meetings, and online groups. The people you meet now can directly help you reach your long term goal. And ask for advice. Reach out to mentors and elder sibling. They are in a prime position to offer valuable guidance or open doors for you. Now, invest in your skills. Use this time to learn new tools, take a course, or upgrade your professional setup. The ability to absorb knowledge is at all-time high prices. Now, avoid blind gambling. Do not throw your money into high-risk, trendy schemes or hype-based assets. Greed will quickly reverse your good fortune. Now, guard your heart and romance. Venus is very, very emotional in the watery sign, and you may idolize a lover or rush into it too fast. Feel fully, but stay clear-eyed. Now, do not brag about your financial gains because you are going to have it, or reveal your best ideas too early. Hidden jealousy or sudden drama from others could disrupt your plans. Now, watch over attachment to your children as well, because we are dealing with the fifth house. So, high expectations or hovering around them too closely can strain the bond. A health note that Jupiter and Venus in watery Cancer with with you already watery Pisces can bring weight gain and water retention, blood sugar swings, and liver strain and eating habits. So go easy with the sweets and the indulgence. And beware the dreamer's trap Pisces. Exalted Jupiter as your Lagna Lord can inflate your optimism and tempt you to post on a talent. So the classic calls it alasya, comfortable laziness. The fifth only rewards what you actively create. Now, one or two remedies. Since your Lagna Lord is exalted, honor him. Chant Om Gurve Namaha. You are literally strengthening your own best planet. And take up a mantra practice this month. The fifth house is house of mantra, as we spoke. And this is the rare window where your chanting bears fruits unusually fast. Serve children and students, teach, mentor, or support child's education, giving to the very things you are blessed from the fifth house representing. So you can multiply your abundance. Help a child with their homework or share your skills with someone for free. Finally, one potent remedy to turn your creativity and your luck towards dharma. So let your art, your ideas, your good fortune serve something higher. Sponsor a school fees or books for an unprivileged child. Donate educational material or sweets to local orphanage, or spend time mentoring to a young student, which you already spoke, or even to creators, because fifth house is for creativity. uh, to young creators free of cost. Just help them discover their talents. This is what will turn your merrily lucky month into truly blessed one. And let's look at the score for you, Pisces. Pisces, you're scoring 8.7. Now, this is brilliant, extraordinary. But one gentle note I would like to add with the scores is that if you have any natal planet sitting in Cancer, in your fifth house, your reading will carry extra flavor and total score can change. Maybe it can go up. But in any transit, remember the transiting planets carry more weightage. And also, your running dasha decides the exact timing and outcome. For personalized reading from your own chart, you are welcome to book an appointment with us on the mobile number and email ID given on the screen. All the best to all the Pisces rising. And that brings us to the end of this episode. Now, before we close, one gentle reminder: astrology is a guide and not a verdict. So, take what resonates with you and leave what does not. The chart points to possibilities, but you are the one who lives the life. Now, Rinky, before I sign off, I would love to hear your closing thoughts.
I'll just say that all the ascendants get ready to witness these two divine energies, the Daitya Guru and the Guru of Gods, into your respective lagnas. This is going to be really something massive.
Yeah, thank you for that lovely note. And thank you. I enjoyed doing this episode with you, Rinki. And to all of you who are listening, if this episode brought you any clarity, please do subscribe. Share it with someone who could use this month and tell us in the comments which ascendant you are. Until next time, chant Om Gurve Namaha to honor Brihaspati and Om Shukraya Namaha to honor Shukracharya. May both gurus guide and bless our path. Namaste and Jai Hari Vitthal.